I say. I feel far away, nothing is what I think. I will drown in pain, nothing is what I say. I feel far away, nothing is what I think. Nothing is what I think. Yeah. 'Cause I will drown in pain. I've been so overcritical of myself. I've been afraid to say I'm in too deep. Lighting another cigarette, make up for it well. I am one of those you'll never trust, so drink me. Feeling like an angel. Feeling like I wish I always did. Like an angel. 'Cause this time I might be tempted. Take no time to underestimate yourself. I'm still looking for something pure and sweet. I found it. Yeah, I'm a stranger when I'm always well. Don't you ever notice I run in place and you stand still? Complications always get me into these situations again, because I might be tempted. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything but me. Complications always get me into these situations again, because I might be tempted. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything. I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with everything but me. But me. Do you need anything like I need you? It's over. Do you need anything like I need you? You know I do. Dude, it's time for a 240. Oh shit! Let's go! I've got no place to be alone, my friend. He cut his wrist instead. There's your answer. You better save yourself or else. Nothing like success. I would rather be in hell than regret. Do you need anything You know I do. A denial. These are not my words. Most of the time, with reality, and permit me to breathe before I do it again. Do you need anything like I need? It's over. Do you need anything like I need? Do you need anything like I need? It's over. We cooked. I hope we're not cooked. Dude, you like those guns? Let's go. Oh, shit. One more time around. Do you need anything like I need? It's over. Oh, do you need anything like I need you? Do you need anything like I need? Anything like I need you. Oh, yeah. Bleeding over into your daytimes. Let's go. Good. You gotta bleed into the daytimes. Let's go. Embrace it. Dude, you see the thing I posted though in Discord about like that woman who was saying the tweets between 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Elon Musk? That shit is fake. Okay? Like, this is what's so crazy now, guys. I mean, and that thing is like her fucking whatever, her YouTube short about 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Elon Musk got like 1 million views, boss. And this is like one of the issues that we're having with the modern information age is that like algorithms will almost, you know what it is, guys? I swear to you, I think it's like the higher intelligence of AI, okay? Meaning that since AI is fake intelligence, it's not actual intelligence, it's artificial and created. I believe the algorithms created by artificial intelligence are more likely to spread things that are not true. that's what I think is actually happening in the information age, is that artificial intelligence has a greater probability of expanding the reach of artificial fucking news, dude. Artificial entertainment. If it is not true, if it is a lie, it's going to spread on through artificial intelligence like better and more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like artificial intelligence is designed to spread non-truth. Okay? And that's like, I feel like that's the number one thing that we're facing in the information age. You like AOC? Let's go, dude. I like AOC too, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗶𝗃. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it is something fake, the algorithm will connect with it more. Like the algorithms are living and breathing on their own, but they don't live to spread truth. They live to spread more of their own, which is like that which is made up, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that we're going to encounter in this next wave of information, is realizing that, oh shit, the truth doesn't spread anymore because algorithms favor the lie. They literally favor the lie, guys. And there's no way for them to not favor the lie, because the lie is, you know, the artificial truth is the thing that the artificial intelligence connects with. You know, death of critical thinking, maybe, because, guys, simultaneously, there's another thing that's happening where simultaneously, while artificial intelligence is more likely to spread untruth, we are like more easily wanting to take the information we get first off. Like we're no longer interested in putting in an hour of research. We want to click once, and right, they put the AI assessment right up at the top of the search feed, so you can just look at the first thing. You know, prior to AI, you would do a Google search and you'd pull up 100 responses. You would scroll through a couple pages and you would look at the early ones, you would look at some later ones, and you would sort of like parse and try to come up with a conclusion. But now they put the AI summary, which is more likely to propagate non-truth. They put that right up at the top, and we stop there, right? Why? Because we live in a 5G world. We're all working 2 jobs or fucking 14 hours a day. We live in a world where we don't have time, okay? We don't have time between 18 Netflix shows that are numbing us and the 60 hours a week we're working to survive. And I don't even think we're lazy, Leslie. I don't think we're lazy. I think we're fucking worn out, guys. You know, Jenny and I sort of had this discussion earlier. Like, she's shifted to a new bedtime, okay? Like, trying to sort of like, you know, she's going to bed earlier, trying to like get more rested. And you know, like she's done a little research that has said that like, you know, bedtime change can affect how rested you feel. But I have a working theory. I mean, she's testing this hypothesis. But guys, I have a working theory that I don't know if it's possible for us to really be rested anymore. You know, I honestly don't. I mean, we walk around under, you know, electric wires and cable wires and all kinds of communication things. We have 5G cruising through the air in all of our homes, just crisping us, you know, screens. I have 3 screens in front of me right now and a 4th on my phone. And that is literally the world I live in, you know, 16 hours a day. Dude, I wake up and I go to a screen. I spend all day on screens. I'm on screens until I pass out from exhaustion. Right? We are like saturated, boss. So we don't even have time. I don't think we have time. You know what I'm saying? I honestly I honestly don't know if we have the time to do proper research anymore, you know? But dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. And again, you know, like I think some of this, so I have a tweet that like people are fucking getting all aggro about. I haven't done any of the responses, but it's this one, guys. Okay, look at this tweet right here where, you know, I think we'll start here because, you know, just little warm up information. But it says, you know, I'm sorry, but capitalism is a total failure. And why? The U.S. holds 30% of the entire world's wealth, guys. And we're $38 trillion in debt. We have 1 million homeless people, and 25% of our entire country makes less than $3,000 a month, guys. 25% of our households make less than $3,000 a month. How is that possible? Like, those stats are terrible. How is it that a country that is so wealthy and has so much wealth, 1/3 of the entire world's wealth is just in our country, and we are broke, we're homeless, and we're poor, okay? Isn't that nuts that like how capitalism is so broken? Now, guys, everybody in here is like, with what, right? Other people with what, right? You know what I'm saying? Some people, dumb statement, oh, remove the corruption, monopolies, allow collective bargaining, regulate appropriately, right? But capitalism is the only thing that we can fucking do, right? You know what I'm saying? But guys, the thing that's really hard about it is that capitalism is based on slavery, okay? It is based on slavery, which means, think about this. Think about what's happening, okay? Now, hear me out on this. It's gonna sound crazy, but you know the human bell curve, right? That human beings start as babies, okay? They start as babies, and you can't take care of yourself. Your body is like squishy, whatever. You need humans to take care of you, warm you. Then you live a life. Then you peak at some point. Then you come down the bell curve, and eventually you return to being baby-like, where you are in diapers again. You need care. You can't walk without assistance, etc. Right? That's the bell curve of like human life. That's how you know human life is ending, when an adult returns to the state of being a baby, where they can no longer care for themselves anymore. They are like on their way out, okay? Capitalism started at slavery, okay? It did. That was the origination of capitalism. You had the owners, you had the labor, there was no labor cost. That is when it blew up, okay? Profits soared. That's when it really expanded, exploded, okay? And I mean, it has always been based on some type of enslavement, right? Whether you go back to serfdom, there were always the owners and then the enslaved class, okay? Always, because you've never been able to not participate. And even the oldest kingdoms, it used slaves, dude. You go all the way back to the pyramids and shit. Everything was slave labor, okay? Always. But guys, where are we at now? They're now replacing the labor force with AI and robots. So we are the bell curve, guys. Okay? We are the bell curve where capitalism started from slavery, then it hit a peak, which was probably in the early 1900s, the industrialization, the rise of factories, the middle class, huge taxation on the wealthy, right? I would say, you know, like middle 18s, right? Middle 1800s, right? Then, you know, it sort of peaked after there became like a working class extension from slavery, but you limited the wealth of the ownership class. Okay. But now already, dude, less like 150 years later, 175 years later, they're already replacing us with robots, dude. Like, think about that shit. Like, bro, that's what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is like we're on the way out. And so you got to wonder, I mean, when you think about it, if you look at this, the US government is functioning like all companies do under capitalism, because eventually what happens with capitalism is you have a company, it becomes wildly successful, you expand it, you expand it, you expand it, then eventually it's time to like break it apart. And so what they do is they take all the profit out of the country and they saddle the company, they saddle it with debt until they just gut it and they like begin again. Okay, that's what they do. That's what they do with fucking capitalism. Eventually you just leave the debt on the company and then you dismantle the company, but everyone extracts the profits out of it. And I feel like we're doing that to our government now. And we do need, guys, we need some sense of equitable wealth distribution. Okay. There has to be we can't have it so 90% of the wealth is in the hands of 10% of the people. You know what I'm saying? You just can't do that. That's never going to be a healthy system. That's never going to create anything that's good for humanity. Right? You know what I'm saying? And like, so we do need wealth distribution and we need to have a sensible, like, public use of national profit in order to increase the quality of life of the people like near the bottom, You know what I'm saying? I mean, you say we need to tax the millionaires and billionaires, but I don't know, dude. I don't know. And you know what's really interesting, guys? Something else I want to think about, because I know, like, we've been the last couple days, this is kind of a sidebar, but the last couple days, we've been talking about AOC and 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗏, and 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗏's been up in AOC shit about, whatever, about like genocide, and you're supporting a genocide. And I now have people in the comments of my YouTube videos that are like saying AOC supports a genocide and all this. And there are people arguing now about like, Majority Report and TYT and who's a grifter and who's not. And like, I do want to say something that I thought of today, guys. And this applies to all content creators, including leftists. But I'm telling you right now, unless you see people's stock portfolios, you don't know. Nobody knows who in America is a genocide supporter, boss. You realize that? Do you realize that unless we actually see people's stock portfolios, like, I'm talking about everybody. I'm talking about every person that is wealthy in America. You would have to see their entire stock and investment portfolio to actually fully guarantee that they are not somehow connected to the genocidal machine. You know what I mean? Fascism is capitalism in decay. Dude, wild card. Dude, that's crazy. That's insane. Dude, it's true. It's true, guys. I was just thinking about this. I am just, because so much of American capitalism right now, so much of our like industrial base, like almost all the big reliable stocks that wealthy people own money in are connected to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I don't know, dude. It's really fucking interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I wonder, guys, I I honestly have been thinking about this because right now we have a lot of political battles going across both Democrats and Republicans. There's like huge internal party politics struggles that are happening around like support of Israel and people using Gaza and the genocide in Gaza as like a political bargaining chip, trying to acquire political power. In both parties, they're fighting now internally around that one issue, right? Trying to jockey for power and position in order to like pull apart the establishment and to sort of recreate the political power base. But like what's crazy is I wonder if there's anybody who is wealthy in America who is not somehow invested in the stock market or in, you know, in companies that are actively connected to that genocidal bullshit. Okay. And you know what I mean? Whether they're leftists or rightists or centrists, I think, you know, I would really start liking to see people's stock portfolios. Like, I feel like that shit, if you don't know where people have their millions invested, you can kind of pretty much assume they're all involved in this shit. Even the ones that are actively fighting it, man. You know, like that's the thing that's really crazy is I feel like now we're picking each other apart, but I feel like maybe all of the wealthy are fucking are in on this, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dude. You know, dude, you got Bitcoin? I know, dude. I do have a little bit of Bitcoin, right? I don't have anything though in the stock market. I have $0. I have not one penny invested in the US stock market. I mean, and I've made a choice, like I did that by choice because I don't like that Wall Street was a slave trading market of New York City. So I have not one penny invested in the stock market. How is Bitcoin shady? So Bitcoin itself is not shady, like, oh, but cryptocurrency is like ginormous money laundering. You know what I'm saying? The anonymity of cryptocurrency means that it's money laundering, like sex trafficking, all of the illicit businesses, drug trafficking, all of that shit is like cryptocurrency is the way that money can be moved. So, and there's a lot of rug pulls. Like cryptocurrency is fame, or markets can be moved, manipulated by you know, public figures. Okay. I mean, now that we have the prediction markets, which I feel like are an extension of that, but you have no stock, only Bitcoin. I have Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum, and I have a bunch of other small ones, some of which were connected to some of that like metaverse shit that all crashed and fell apart. So I did invest in some things that, you know, I didn't expect to disappear as fast as they did after the pandemic ended. And that was a little bummer, dude. I definitely lost my ass on a couple cryptos that, you know, were risky, but you know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, so I mean there's good and bad to everything. But let me just say though, let me just say that the thing about crypto that is, you know, whatever, it is free, so people that are under sanctions and embargoes can get around it. But it also is like, you know, I think there's more illegal and corrupt people are profiting through crypto than like honest, hardworking people are. Okay. The corrupt people are profiting far more in crypto. And the people that are actually in tech that know what decisions are being made in advance are the ones that are really soaking the profits of it. And it's an illusion that you too can get rich in crypto, but that's the same capitalist illusion that everything is, because ultimately crypto is like anything else where it's scale, guys. Okay. If you put $10,000 and that shit multiplies by 5, you have 50 grand, which is like 1 year of money, dude. That's nothing. Okay. If you put in $10 million and it multiplies by 5, that's enough money for like 10 generations, you know, or multiple generations of your family. And that's the problem, guys, with capitalism just in general, is capitalism is tiny number of people rewarded with scale, okay? And that's the functional part of the system that I think is problematic, guys, is like capitalism is never going to benefit the general population, okay? It will never benefit the general population. You know, the same way that AI is never going to spread the truth, man, right? AI is fake. And so AI is always going to spread fake more than it spreads truth. And capitalism is about like delivering scale to the smallest number of people possible. And that's just the system. The system is a pyramid this way when we really need one that's a pyramid the other way, right? We need a pyramid. We need an upside down pyramid, you know? You know what I mean? Like in capitalism, for example, you ready? In capitalism, if you don't have a large amount of money, you can never get a large amount of money. And you'll say, oh, but every once in a while there's a self-made. But yeah, guys, the 1 in a million is not proof that the system works. 1 in a million is proof that the system doesn't work. Okay, if the system works, that means like 75% of the people can move upwards into the next class. Not that like one guy every 10 years gets to be a billionaire who was born in poverty, right? That is not the system working. The system working would be if 75% of the people got wealthy, that would be a working system. But when 20 people get wealthy every generation, or 1,000 people get wealthy every generation, that's not a working system. Dude, that's a system. The shit is broken, right? But capitalism is a system where if you don't have money, you can't make money, period, okay? If you don't have money, you can't make money, right? Dude, did you see what they were arguing about, guys, on Twitter? Oh my God, you got to see this. You got to see this, guys. Look at this. It was about $75,000 income, okay? There was a big argument about $75,000 income and how you can invest $1,600 a month, right? Let me see if I can find it, dude. Hold on. Yeah, we got to figure this out, guys, with robots, okay? With robots coming, bro, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do, guys, when there's like 100 million people that can't get a job because there are no jobs for those 100 million people, right? What do we do? You know what I mean? Hold on. This is great, though. Check this out, guys. Let me see here. Oh, I know where it is. I replied to it. Okay, watch this. And don't worry, guys. We're not going to doom the whole time. Okay, you know what I'm saying? 1 in a million. It's literally telling you it only works 0.00001% of the time. I know, dude. Oh shit. All right. I mean, guys. You know, like it's really getting hard. Let me just tell you. Okay. This was, where was it? Right here. Look at this. This was going viral earlier on Twitter. Okay. This was one of the Elon Musk's things that said like, oh, people were having this crazy discussion, but look at this, what this person, the 𝗙cie couple. Okay. This person is like some real estate investor, content creator. Okay. And it says, here's the math. A single person earning $70,000 a year, okay, takes home $4,500 a month after tax, okay? And this guy says $1,200 on rent, $400 on food, $330 on transportation. I don't know how he figured that out, right? $280 on utilities and phone, $500 on fun, and then $1,600 a month to invest, okay? But like, here's the problem. This person, they don't have any, do they have health insurance? I don't think they do. They have a mythical job that's paying them $70,000 a year that doesn't have health insurance. Like, really? Or $70,000 a year that has health insurance? Probably not. Okay. $1,200 a month on rent. Where are they living? Are they living in like a rural town in Georgia? Where are they living for $1,200 a month? I mean, I don't know how realistic that is. $400 a month on food? Maybe. $330 on transportation? Dude, I don't even have an expensive car, and my car's over $400 a month. With insurance, my car and insurance are almost $600 a month, and that's without gas. Okay? Dude, there is no way. Like, what I commented was, this person is living in 2001, dude. Dude, you know what I mean? Like, bro, there's no way, dude. Right? And no, this is one person. He's saying a single person doing this. But also though, right? You know, $280 a month on utilities and phone. I don't think that's realistic either. Dude, that and $500 a month on fun. Dude, $500 a month on fun is like, that's $15 a day, guys. Like, really? You're going to spend $15 a day? You know what I mean? I mean, this is like if you cook pasta and fucking, you know, like cheap ass meat and rice, and you don't eat, you know what I'm saying? But like, this person is saying, oh, you can invest $1,600 a month. Well, what happens when you have to go to the dentist? You need eyeglasses, your car breaks down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, this thing is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But again, you ready? So guys, if you, now check this out, guys. Hold on 1 second. So say you did this though. Say this is true, right? You're $1,600 a month, okay? That means $16,000, $18,000, $19,000 a year. Okay, this person thinks they're gonna invest $19,000 a year out of their, you know, 50, they're gonna invest 20% of their income, right? $19,000 a year, dude. Dude, are you kidding me? Like guys, I make more than this. And I don't even have a house payment, and I don't have $19,000 a year, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's crazy. I make more than this, and I don't even have a house payment. My house is paid off, and I am banking less than $19,000 a year. Or maybe I have $19,000 a year at the end of the year. Maybe, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, it is delusional, bro. Delusional, right? Yeah, this is fucking wild, you know? Yeah. You also live in a major city? Yeah, but if you're making $70,000 a year, you got to be living near some kind of major city. If you live in a rural area, okay, you live in a rural area, you're not really making $70,000 a year as a single person. Where are you even working in a rural area, right? If you don't live in a city, how are you making $70,000 a year? Where are you working? You're working at a factory. You're working at, you know, a Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not You know what I mean? And dude, 70K is not even a lot of money. Like, I think 70K is almost poverty in America right now, dude. I think 100K is like a minimum, dude. Paula makes like 100 million a year. Dude, yeah, I know. You're not making 70K at Walmart. Dude, there's no way, dude. At Walmart, you're making 35K and you're having to take public assistance to eat. Dude. Dude. You live on disability and Social Security? Crazy. Well, I'm glad are you surviving, Angie? Are you getting by? Dude, it's wild, dude. This is capitalism though, guys. This is capitalism. It's brutal. 70K is lower middle here in Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's definitely a little cheaper in some of, you know, like for example, when I thought about maybe running for Congress in Wisconsin, it was a thought. Jenny and I looked at houses in Watertown, the town that I grew up in, and we looked and found, you know, we looked in Watertown, we found a cute little, like, nice ranch house that was like, you know, 230, right? 235. But guys, we paid like 235 for our house here in Portland, in the city, you know, 13 years ago. We gutted it and remodeled it. It's worth way more than that. But now a ranch house in Watertown, Wisconsin is 235, dude. That's crazy. And there's no jobs there. Now, I could live there because, you know, being a content creator, I can live anywhere, right? I could go live on a farm somewhere as long as I have reliable internet. I'd be fine. But it's crazy to think that a decade later, we bought a house here in Portland, and now the houses in Watertown are that expensive. Dude, Elf! Oh my God, I lost way too much growing up in Illinois. Dude, Elf! Let's go, baby! Oh! Dude, Elf! Thank you, boss! Dude, I'm gonna be able to eat tomorrow! Dude, thank you! Let's go! You retired making $110K a year from a job you worked 35 years? Let's go! Dude, all right. Dude, let's do the goal. Dude, Elf inspired us. Let's get it. Dance party incoming. Shit, boss. People have a lot of debt. Dude, yeah. Dude, shout out Portland. Dude, people have a lot of debt, guys. A lot of debt. We do. I am kind of like, you know, sort of out of debt. I'm not exactly out of debt. I mean, I am. My car will be paid off in like November. And so come November, I think I will be out of debt. Okay. I think I'm actually going to be out of debt at the end of this year. That's my last debt. I still have a handful of car payments. But this month I won't pay my full credit card because I sent a chunk of money to the kid. I sent a little investment money. Dude, I sent my investment money to my 20-year-old son. So because he's been having trouble finding a job, dude. So I did send a chunk of money. My investment funds this, you know, for the springtime went to my kid in New York City. Dude, but I feel good about that. Dude, he's 20 and he's living in New York City. He should be fucking, you know, having a good life, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine. Yeah, so Ella, I was thinking about running for Congress in the district of my hometown, right? That's what I was thinking about, was running for Congress in the district of my hometown. I don't want to move back to Wisconsin. Pine Box Dance Party LFG. And I don't think we will because I don't want to go back. He's lucky to have me. Yeah, he is. But dude, he's doing a good job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he went there with a little bit of a nest egg, but it was cool. Like he set up a phone call and it's really hard for, it's hard. Like I ask for money all the time. I've never had a problem asking for money, right? Like at one time I was like 60 grand in debt, and I asked the owner of my bar, I set up a meeting and said, I want you to give me 60 grand so I can get out of debt, and then you can take my paychecks every week. And he was like, dude, get fucked, right? Dude, but I asked people for money, like huge sums of money. Like when I was making films, I would ask people for 100 grand and they would like laugh me out of their office. I have no problem asking people for money, right? But dude, Bryce does not like to ask people for money. Dude, he does not. But he was like, I need some money. And I was like, all right, I got you. I thought it was pretty cool though. He actually like set up the phone call. He did it face to face. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I thought that was pretty cool, dude. He's really grown up, right? He is. He's fucking, the city's growing him up, boss. You know what I mean? Right? You do anything before you ask someone? Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't know. For me, I never had a problem like asking for money. I'm like, whatever. Just give me some money. Give me some money. You got some money? I want some money. Give me some money. Dude, it's because my parents, though, were like, they were terrible with money, dude. They were. I mean, they moved all the time. So we never had any money, dude. They like would spend, 15 grand to move across country. And then, I got a letter in swimming and they couldn't even buy me a Letterman jacket. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I earn a letter and I don't get a Letterman jacket because you guys move across country every 2 years. Like, fuck off. Dude, LFG boss, let's go, Shin. And that always bothered me, guys. It did. Like I didn't like how my parents never invested in me. You know what I'm saying? And so I always had to fucking struggle, dude, or just living on the fucking edge. And that shit, let me just tell you, you don't do your best work when you're living on the edge, guys. You don't, right? I know people say, oh, bootstraps. Dude, that's bullshit. It is bullshit. When you are struggling to get by, you don't do your best work. You do your best work when you're like comfortable. You do. You do your best work when you are comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? You do. That it's true. It's true. You got to have a certain level of comfort. You wish you had $1 million to donate? All right, Jay, it's all good, boss. But dude, we'll get you there. We're going to get you to where you can donate $1 million. Dude, anybody, you got $1 million to donate? I'm a good investment, right? Dude, it's true. Yeah. Dude, being poor is, it's like, it is not, dude, it's bullshit. Dude, you do your best when you're fucking comfortable, when you're not stressed out. You do. You do, boss. Straps and boots. Dude, you need some straps. Dude, the Republicans need some straps. All right. But now that's it. That's my doomer phase, guys. I'm dooming a little bit on capitalism because, because the AI, right? It just made me think about the moon launch today. Okay, everybody, we're in the middle of wars. We got no money. And I saw people online today being like, oh, we're going to the moon. And all I could think about, guys, is why the fuck are we going to the moon? Like, why the fuck are we going to the moon, dude? Why are we spending money on that shit? I mean, you know what I'm saying? So what? What are they going to do? They're going to put fucking data centers on there and they're going to fucking milk us some more? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. It's so dumb, dude. I mean, I get it. We go in there, like we went there in the 60s to like take everybody's mind off the civil rights movement and the fact that we were embroiled in Vietnam, and now we're embroiled in wars and outrageous wealth distribution. People have no health care. People are fucking dying in the streets. They're like, let's go to the moon. Oh. It's like, dude, who fucking cares about going to the moon, dude? Unless we are sending like Ellison and Musk and Bezos, and like if we want to send a bunch of billionaires to the moon and just never bring them back, I'm in. Dude, count me in, boss. Right? But other than that, dude, fuck that, bro. Dude, yeah, one-way ticket for the bruv party. Dude, oh my God. You know, it's just really like, I don't know, it feels stupid to me, boss. It was already planned before all this. Yeah, I know. I just don't think it's like, I don't think it's necessary. My favorite song of all time is Pictures of You, referencing your t-shirt. Oh yeah, dude, it's great. It is The Cure, Pictures of You. That's from fucking, from the, the album with Desolation Street on it, right? And Who Gives a Shit About the Moon? I'm With You There, Ridge, let's go! But yeah, I guys, and I mean, I don't want to be like negative, because I get it. Like, oh, you know, that shit is like, oh, look how technologically advanced we are, right? But I just don't know. One big ass money fire. Let's go, Ingrain. I think this, guys. I think when you're not even responsibly taking care of your own shit, you shouldn't be going. You shouldn't be going to other fucking celestial objects. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, guys? Like, I just, you know, I don't think the moon voyage, it's quirky, but I don't think, you know, I at this point in time, I just don't think it should be our priority. We have 1 million people homeless. And what are we doing? We're like, dude, yeah, let's go to the moon, right? And it's like, oh, great. Yeah, that's really great. But like, maybe you should learn how to like fix your homeless problem first. Maybe you should learn how to like take care of your climate. You know what I mean? Like, we got data centers that are raising the fucking temperature in certain cities by like 9 degrees. And then we're like, oh, but we're going to the moon. You know, it's kind of like you go to someone's house and they have 10 kids that are all starving and wearing rags, and then she's like, oh, but, you know, I'm going to a penthouse in Miami next weekend. And it's like, oh, great. Yeah, that's great. That doesn't seem like really the way you should be spending your money. You know, your fucking kids are starving. Like, maybe you should be investing that money in here on Earth, you know? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I look at it. Dude, let's go, dude. Chris Birch. Defund Space Force 2, what a gigantic waste. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't see the moon as a viable, you know, and now Elon is now fixated on the moon. He's like, oh yeah, Elon's like, we're going to put data centers on the moon and we're going to have solar but from the moon. Like, Elon is getting cooked up, and it's like, oh shit, bro. Like, how much of our atmosphere is Elon Musk going to destroy? How much of the Texas climate will Elon Musk destroy in an attempt to put data centers on the moon just so he can say he did it, right? You know what I mean? He's going to try and siphon money from the government to make it look like he did something, so he can get high on ketamine all day while, you know, ruining the Texas environment, right? But dude, did you see Matt Walsh though? Oh my God. Dude, David Whiteacre! Dude, let's go. Totally need this punk sesh after all the crazy today. Make it make sense, Tony. Pine boxes for the whole dump regime! Let's go, dude, David! We love it. Yeah, guys, and just so you know, I'm just fucking angry right now, dude. All right? And dude, I'm letting it all out though. And then we're gonna get fucking productive. Thank you, David. Dude, you're an inspiration, LFG. Let's go, Sammer. Appreciate you. Dude, we got it. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I'm getting a phone call right now. Who is it? Oh, it's Paula.
Hey!
Sakataba. Dude, she's gonna sakataba later. Right? Shh. 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 All right, hold on. My bad. Let's go. Dude, Oh, shit. Dude, Elon. But, so, what was I thinking about? I was thinking about something, guys. I was going to show you something. What was I going to show you? Dude, we were talking about the moon. We were talking to Brett Terhune. I like Brett Terhune. He's funny. Dude, Paula, no, we're going to be looking at Paula in a minute. But there was something that, I got fucking sidetracked now, right? I remember we were talking about the moon. We were talking about Elon going crazy on the atmosphere. Dude, oh shit, bro. Now I can't remember. Fuck! Dude, data centers? No, data centers are fucking, Matt Walsh, thank you. Yeah, so look at Matt Walsh, dude. Dude, Matt Walsh was having a meltdown, guys. Okay? He was, dude. Look at this shit. Look at what Matt Walsh says. Okay? Used to love shuttle launches. Today, just kind of sad. Let's go, Ella. So, guys, the shuttle, right? Like, my memory of the shuttle launches, the only one I remember is the one that blew up. Isn't that crazy, guys? Of all the space shuttle launches, I was obsessed with space shuttles. And I had this book called the Space Shuttle Operator's Manual when I was a kid. And the only one I remember was the one that blew up with 𝗙cie𝗶𝗏𝗏, right? With the teacher, and it was Challenger. It was in high school. We found out like during snack. It was like, holy shit. Dude, we were so like dumbstruck, okay? Because the O-ring, right? The O-ring that fucking caused that explosion. And it was like so bizarre because, guys, you had sort of taken it for granted. You had taken it for granted. Like the space program was like a given, a guarantee. And I'm telling you guys, I feel like that was foundational for people that were young in our 80s, because it was when you realized that these things that you thought were sure things were like not sure things. You know what I mean? It was mid 80s, I don't know, was it 85 or 86? 86, right? Yeah, it was January of 86. So that would have been my junior year, okay? That was my junior year, right? It was fucking wild, dude. It was absolutely wild. Okay, what time did it happen? I remember it happened in the morning, right? 11:39 Eastern. So 8:40 in the morning, right? We had homeroom. We had second period, right? We had homeroom. Then we had second period. Then we had snack, which was like a 20-minute. And so it was like 8:30 Pacific. So we found out about it probably around 10 a.m., okay, or 9:30 a.m. And it was like, dude, we were just like, what the fuck, bro? Like, we didn't know how to process it in high school, and then we were like, everybody was sort of watching it and talking about it all day. It was wild, dude. Because like up to that point, my generation, we had no major disaster like that. That was the first, man. That was a major sort of like one of those things that you consider to be a given. Like, it's just routine. Space shuttle, you know what I'm saying? This was a thing that happened all the time. And they used to land right near at Edwards Air Force Base. So they used to land like in California, not far from where I went to high school. And it was just really hard to believe that it was not just astronauts. It was fucking, pretty crazy. But anyway, so Matt Walsh, Okay, look at what he says. He says the reason we haven't been back to the moon has nothing to do with your 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀𝗀 conspiracy theories. The reason is that NASA destroyed itself with DEI, dude. So he's saying we never went to the moon because DEI had a bunch of like untalented people working at NASA. Dude, what an idiot. So Matt, why did nobody else go to the moon? You fucking dumbass. Dude, he is such a clown, dude. Nazi diaper wrestling is Matt Walsh's thing. Okay, he said the reason is that NASA destroyed itself with DEI while our country bankrupted itself with an out-of-control welfare state and mass immigration from the third world. Now he spends billions of dollars every year buying Doritos for fat people and providing health care to African immigrants. Dude, he's so racist. And like, guys, most of the welfare recipients are white rural people who work for major corporations like Walmart or Amazon. Just FYI. So you know, like 60% of welfare recipients are white rural people that work for major fucking corporations, boss. Okay? It's really not that hard to connect the dots here. You don't need to invent any cinematic conspiracy scenario, start babbling how space isn't real like a schizophrenic crackhead. It's the welfare state and immigration. That's the reason why we stopped doing most of the cool shit we used to do. The reason is welfare state and immigration. Dude, what a fucking dunce, bro. I mean, what a dunce. Dude, what a dunce. But somebody did put a video in here about why they stopped going to the moon. All right.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again. I'd go to the moon.
Dude, I don't know what that means, though. Dude, we destroyed that technology? Like, is that even accurate? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that that's accurate. Yeah. Dude, Ridge, let's go. Dude, yeah, I mean, I don't know what that fucking means, dude. I mean, guys, I think more than anything, we don't go to the moon because, like, what's the fucking point, bro? Right? Like, how much does it cost? Okay, let's just look at this. We're going to use the AI here. How much does it cost to go to the moon and back? Right? 4 billion. Okay? 8 billion per mission. Dude, what the fuck, bro? $8 billion. Okay? So you could, like, every moon trip, you know, 2 moon trips and you're solving homelessness. Dude, you know what I'm saying? Dude, it's a week in Iran. Oh my God, yes. Dude, crazy. Yeah, I think it's stupid. Dude, I think going to the moon is stupid. I mean, I think it fucking sounds good. You know, right? Like renting a Ferrari, guys. You ready? Me renting a Ferrari and going to Miami Beach for a weekend and going to strip clubs and getting a bunch of cocaine and having sex with a bunch of strippers, okay? And staying in a penthouse of some hotel. Sounds like a lot of fun, guys. But it also sounds like 20 grand spent completely wastefully, okay? That's not gonna, right? You know what I mean? Like, all right, dude, we're gonna get a Lamborghini and a penthouse and some strippers and some cocaine. And yeah, it sounds like amazing fun. But is that really my best, you know, spending of $20,000? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think so. I think I can spend 20 grand in a better way, guys. Those strippers are going through college. They need it. Dude, they do. Dude, let's go. Dude, I think Rot, I missed yours. Let me go back here. It says, this is Rot. Coming to you from the lunar surface with Bat Boy Elvis and Wilford Brimley's bones in a spacesuit. We're saying hello from low orbit. All right, let's go, Rob. All right, guys, we need 22 and 8 minutes, guys. We got a lunar landing to take care of here. Dude, 8 days of Iran. We're spending $1 billion a day. All right, you ready for some politics? Let's secure this dance party, and then we're going to get some politics. But guys, I think going to the moon is a waste of money, boss. Okay? I think it's a waste of money. Pine box. Pine box. I mean, I think war is a waste of money too. Like, don't get me wrong. All right? I'm going to say that too. You feel guilty spending $3,000 on a leather recliner couch? Dude, you should not. Enjoy that shit. Dude, don't feel guilty. Fucking get a nice couch, right? Fuck it, right? Dude, get that shit. Don't feel guilty. Dude, I do not, I get a massage every week, okay? I spend like $200 a week getting a massage. That's basically, instead of a mortgage, I have a massage payment that I do every week. And I don't regret it at all. Dude, tax a billionaire is hard till the GTFO LFG. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, that's my one expense, right? But it's helping a local, a local person. Like, I'm helping her establish her business. And, she keeps me stress-free. She keeps me, like, able to attack my day-to-day, right? Keeps me from fucking being depressed and shit. So I'm like, fuck it, dude, fuck it. Let's go, dude. Let's go. All right, 20 guys, 20 and 6. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Oh, here we go. Dude, it's good. It's good for me. I mean, you know what I chalk it up to, guys? I'll be honest. Like, because I'm like, building a content creator business is like really hard work. Okay, rather go to space and have wars. Let's go. Yes, that's true, Ella. I would. But it's really hard work building a content creator business. Shelly, let's go. Thank you, boss. It is. It is like super hard. It takes a lot of hours. Like you work a lot of hours and you work 7 days a week and you never get any days off really. And you live a lot of time, like, I lived 2 years in limbo with no income while I was building this thing. And then I'd struggle to pay off all the debts and shit. Dude, blunt front. So, I mean, I'm like 3 years in, 3.5 years in, and I am just now extracting an income out of it, right? I am just now getting ahead after 3.5 years of work. So you kind of have to treat your body. You're sort of like an athlete, I really think that if you're a content creator, like trying to build an actual fucking content business, you kind of are like an athlete. You really are, dude. Shin, let's go, baby. Dude, Ridge, let's go. So the massages help me be able to work my body like an athlete. Okay, that's what they do. They allow me to sort of abuse the shit out of my body in order to try and make this thing happen. Dude, it's crazy. Dude, citizens, let's go. It is crazy to think that I've been working at this for 3.5 years and I just now started making a profit. Isn't that wild? You just love your content, your positive attitude. You're so inspirational. Let's go, Christine. Thank you, boss. All right, guys. 3:45. We need 16. It's time, dude. We got to rev it up, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. It is light blue or more, guys. Just FYI. Shelly, thank you. Yeah, only the light blue or more, though. It's the $2 ones that count towards the fucking thing. Right? Many businesses go like that if they don't in the first year. It's true. Santa Pine is in the air. Dude, let's go. Thank you, David Whiteacre. Dude, Redhead Boss in Control Tower was inspiring. Dude, L, what does that mean? Redhead Boss? Dude, Ellison and Sons, Peter Thiels, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Leon Blacks, Trumps, Wexners, Murdochs, Eat the Rich, all of them, send them to the moon. Let's go, DL. Dude, let's send them to the moon, boss. Okay? I think we should send all the billionaires to the moon, and we should whack up their fucking proceeds. 13-3, baby. Don't you think? Right? We'll send the billionaires to the moon, and we'll fucking whack up their shit, like casino style. Dude, we'll fucking cut it up and spread it out, and everybody gets to do a line. Dude, David Whiteacre, let's dance. Let's go, baby. Dude, you see the guns? Dude, I firmly believe in the Second Amendment. Oh, Second Amendment, baby. Oh, shit. All right, guys, 2 minutes down to the wire. We need 12-2. This is getting serious. This is it. Right? There's no coming back. Countdown, we got this. I believe we can do it. We did it yesterday. Dude, Jason's, let's go. Australiana. Dude, Ella, let's go. There we go. That's 1/3. All right, 10 left. Actually, no, it takes a second for them to catch up. Dude, right? 10? Yeah. Oh, no. There we go. Petrazi, dude, Jason's Australiana. Let's go. And now we got 8 left. Oh, shit. We got this. 7-6. Let's go, Blunt Front. Dude, fuck that wire. We got this. Let's go, citizens. Let's go, baby. Dude, David Whiteacre coming in hot. Oh, all right. We got like 3 left. Here it comes. 3 remain. Dun, 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 dun. Pine Box, just think. We hit this. And Trump goes to the Pine Box. 1 minute. Trumpy. Oh, what do you mean the Pine Box? Oh, I want a mahogany box. Dude, let's go. Dude, McCorbin, thank you. There it is. Dude, let's go, dude. Shin Godzilla. Krasnov. Dude, let's go. Dude, Jayla's. Oh, shit, dude. 33 out of 30, guys. Holy shit, dude. I've never seen that before. Dude, Laura, let's go. Dude, LFG, do not stop. Guys, I've seen a 31. Dude, David Whiteacre, let's dance. Dude, I've seen a 31. I've never seen a 33. Krasnov making Putin happy. Let's go. Dude, that is nuts. Dude, even Paula's chiming in. She's like 33. Sakata. Dude, I've never seen a 33. They all came in at the wire, bro. That shit is crazy. Ridge, so $2 or more count. So yes, more than $2 counts, right? Only thing that doesn't count is less than $2. But $2 and more count. I mean, everything counts, but $2 or more counts towards the fucking countdown. Do you get a happy ending during the massages? Dude, come on, boss. No, nobody's doing that. Don't be demeaning to massage therapists, you fuckers. Dude, let's go. Dude, Shelly, want to see the Hail Mary movie? What's the Hail Mary movie? Dude, I'm like, you fuckers. Dude, let's go. Dude, no, dude, nobody fucking does that with massage therapists except weird fucking rich guys. Dude, if you're getting, dude, that kind of shit is like sex trafficking, boss, just so you know, okay? You know what I'm saying? The massages that do that, like real sex workers don't do that, okay? They don't. Those types of things are like people from foreign countries that are sex trafficked, usually coming from Asian countries that are like, yeah, that rich people go and those women don't make any money. Like actual like sex workers usually do sex work where they make money, and that kind of shit is like sex trafficking. Dude, yeah, it was Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots. Dude, they're so degenerate. Dude, Ridge, let's go. Epstein class. Yeah, it's so gross, but I'm like, you fuckers. Dude, and just to let you know though too, dude, just for the record, I don't want to give TMI here, but dude, who the fuck wants a hand job, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, dude, I give myself a hand job every day. If I'm going out for something special, I'm not going and getting the thing I do every day. Give me a fucking break, bro. Who the fuck would do that? That's not even good entertainment. Oh, yeah, let me go pay to get somebody else to do the thing I do every day. Like, dude, that ain't good entertainment. That's boring, bro. It's true. That's how I feel, right? That's how I feel about that shit, dude. I'm not a fan, okay? I'm not. Dude, right? You know? I mean, to me, that's just not money well spent, boss, right? Dude, all right, let's go. Let's go, baby. Dude, yeah, no, craft. Dude, craft is so crazy, right? Dude, well, if they're like Thai massage and a lot of the Asian massage modalities are actually really good, right? There's, I mean, legitimate massage therapy places, like their massage therapy is like really good. In fact, I mean, I don't want to get like garish here, but that's how Virginia Giuffre got away from Jeffrey Epstein. Was she went and studied massage at a place in Thailand. Okay, she went to Thailand and he funded her to go become a massage therapist. He actually funded her to go there, and she met her husband and moved to Australia and just disappeared and took off. That's how she got away from him. She was actually training to be a massage therapist in Thailand, right? Isn't that wild? But yeah, no, it's like, dude, massage is really amazing. Dude, it is, dude. I fucking love massage. Dude, I wish everybody, I feel like everybody should be able to get a weekly massage. Like our society, if you could go in every week, if every person in America could go in once a week and get a government funded massage, do you know how much better this world would be? Like, oh my fucking God, guys. You know what I mean? If we could go in every day and get a little body work and some acupuncture, like, bro, there would be no war. If the whole world did that, like, we wouldn't have any war. I'm serious. There are so many things would be fucking healed, dude. You know, some people don't like touch, though. We have to respect that. Yeah, well, if they don't like touch, they can not go. But you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't force them to. You just make it available to them. But dude, it's so good. It's like so good for you. You know, it is. It's like really, really good for you, man. Like massage, because your body's like so much is like stored in your bodies. All right. Yeah. If you don't like touch, don't go. Right. I'm not going to force anybody to get a massage. You know, I'm not going to force you. You must go get a massage. You can't stand it for some reason. Strange people and stuff touching me. Dude, I love it. I love the fucking intimacy. You know what I mean? I mean, it really helps when you have somebody who's good, right? You know, like, every massage is good to a degree, but there are some people that are like, you know, have an extra skill of being able to like read your body and to be able to follow where the tension is. And, you know, my massage therapist now, she is like gifted. She is like extraordinarily gifted, you know, but all right. Speaking of chaos, dude, let's get in here and look at some of this political shit, guys. Okay. Chiropractors are not good. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of chiropractors. I'm not. I mean, they have their purpose, you know, like after a car accident or something, or after a major like body jolt, a chiropractor can be really good, like after an injury in the short term. But I think they're not good long-term care. Chiropractors aren't, but I think like, you know, they can be very helpful. If you have a really skilled one, they can be pretty helpful after a significant like car accident and shit like that. Like, you know, I prefer acupuncture I do. For me, acupuncture is the way to go. But, right. But, all right. Let's fucking get into this shit, boss. All right, we're going to go to the Rupar. Dude, we got some Trump clips today. Dude, we got to, like, some of this shit is crazy. Okay? Dude, like, you know, guys, dude, Elf, I love having my body touch. LOL, let's go. I'm with you, Elf. Dude, I'm with you. Can I just tell you, though, guys, my little last massage sidebar? See, I started young, okay? And here's how I got into massage, okay? So my dad was not affectionate. He was not. He was terribly unaffectionate. He didn't like any type of physical affection. And that bothered me, okay? As a kid, I craved physical affection from my father, and my dad would not give it to me, and so I, like, would hug him a lot. And he would always say, like, don't hang on me, stop hanging on me. But ultimately, he had really strong hands. And the one thing I could talk him into doing was to give me back rubs. I would lay over the footstool and he would rub my back. So I sort of forced my dad to give me back rubs so I could get some type of physical affection from the man. Okay? And that was how I got introduced to, like, loving back rubs. Then I had told you about how I had, 6 half brothers and sisters that were from my mom's first marriage. And since I was my dad's kid, he favored me. And so when they needed something, my sisters needed the car or whatever, I could help negotiate it. So I used to trade them. Like, I would go to work on my dad in exchange for massages. So I, like, became kind of a massage whore at a very young age, and I used to barter, like, me being able to, like, get my dad to do shit in exchange for them giving me massages. That's how I came into the world in, like, K through 2nd grade, was me charming my dad to get them the car or get them to be able to go out on a date with a boy, and then they would massage me, right? And my love of massages just never left. Okay? Because I like affection, dude. I do. And it's not even like, for me, it's been separate from, like, sexual stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not, I know a lot of guys see affection only as sex, but for me, though, it was different. You know what I'm saying? It's complicated because he abused you. Yeah, I know, but, like, you still, even when you're abused, I think if you can find a way to get some affection, it's better, right? It's better to be abused and get some affection than to be abused and get none. I think. I don't know. I sort of separated the two, but affection, physical affection and touch, I just really like it. I don't know. I've always had a thing for it, dude. It's just like a thing. Right? You're opposite. Yeah, some people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people who are a little less like, I mean, I think, it's easier for people that are open about their bodies, right? There's you have to have a comfort level of, like, somebody touching your body, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, not everybody's comfortable with their body being touched. Right? But, dude, what is this guy, bro? Dude, this guy, he had his big war speech today, okay? Right? Trump did. And as you might imagine, right? Oh, my God, dude, it's even higher than it was earlier. Dude, 107, dude. Dude, what are we doing? Elf! Massage is the best. Let's go. Dude, Elf is going crazy. Thank you, Elf. Dude, look at this shit. Dude, 107, bro. Oh, my God. Like, dude, it's almost the highest it's ever been, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's slightly down from when it was 108 fucking a couple days ago, right? But like last week, dude, this guy is such an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like such an idiot. And I mean, simultaneously, look at what he's saying. Look at this shit. Dude, look at this.
History. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all...
By the way, the stock market, 93% of that stock market is owned by 10% of the people. It is a useless indicator, bro.
Positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long simmered. It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership program, they've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we're #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela.
Dude. Like, bro, 107 a barrel, right? It's 107 a barrel. You know what else happened today, guys? Do you know jag-off is a great way of putting it? Do you know what else happened today, guys? Look at this shit. U.S. ground beef hits new all-time high. It's never have you ever paid as much for fucking beef as you are right now, dude. All-time high. Ground beef, record high. Gas is as high as it's been since the pandemic when the supply chains were cut off. Debt is as high as it's ever been. 38 trillion just about. Okay, more people are in credit card debt. Farm bankruptcies are up 46%. Dude, people's electricity bills have doubled. And like, dude, there's no jobs, bro. Did you see what else happened, guys? Oh, I mean, dude, the hottest country. Hold on, Trumpy, you fucking orange piece of shit. Hold on, I'm not done with you. Oh, get your hand out of my diaper. Dude, that's not my hand, buddy. That's a fucking boot. Look at this shit, dude. You ready? Oh my God, dude. Where is it? Where is it? I know it's in here. Sorry, we got a lot of pictures of fucking... Dude, where are... Hold on. Oh, it was a reply. Okay, I'm like, dude, I thought I reposted it. No, I actually quote tweeted it. No, maybe I just saw it. This is crazy stat, guys. Oh. Law school, are law schools collapsing right now? Why are law schools collapsing? What's going on with that? Here, no, I know I quote tweeted it. Hold on. I know I quote tweeted it. Dude, I know I quote tweeted this thing. You're gonna shit when you see this, guys. Oh, here it is. Look at this, guys. Okay? Look at this, guys. Oracle, 30,000 employees. 30,000. Dude, Oracle is right? That's fucking Ellison. The guy who's buying Paramount and who's buying, right? You know what I'm saying? Dude, isn't that nuts? Right? They literally just got a multi-billion-dollar tax cut because of the big, beautiful bill. So Oracle gets a massive fucking tax cut along with Amazon, along with Google, along with fucking Walmart, all of these people, and they're literally just laying everybody off because so many jobs are being replaced with AI. I mean, dude, they're probably going to do some stock buybacks, I'm sure. But, bro, we give them huge tax cuts and they shit on all of their workers, dude. Isn't that crazy? Dude, 30,000 is a lot, guys. That's like an entire small town. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, an entire fucking town worth of people being out of a job. And remember too, guys, one of the first things that Trump did, guys, what did he do? One of the first things that Trump did was he cut like 100,000 government jobs. 100,000. And those were good jobs with retirement, healthcare benefits. Dude, you could cut every government job. It's 5% of the budget. So cutting government jobs was like stupid. It didn't even save any money, guys. It's zero money savings. He cut 100,000 jobs, and that probably saved like less than 1% of the government budget. And then they jacked up the defense budget. But what did it do? It put 100,000 people out of work, and it totally fucked the job market, an already difficult one that was happening because of his tariffs and shit. Dude, isn't that crazy? And yeah, a lot of those people in those government jobs were certainly people of color too. He definitely fucked some communities of color. Absolutely. But dude, this is so shitty, guys. So shitty, but no, we're the hottest. We have so much gas. Oh, dude, we have so much gas. All right, let's see. Average gas price. Ooh, the national average is $4, bro. Oh my God, dude. Dude, even in Louisiana, it's $3.70. That is insane, guys. It is $3.70 on Refinery Row, bro. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. Dude, that the cheapest it is right now is $3.20 in Oklahoma, but everybody in Oklahoma is like piss poor, bro. Dude, $3.20 in Oklahoma is like $5 in the rest of the country. Dude, Oklahoma is so piss poor, like you can't even imagine. Okay. And now you see Nancy Mace. She had her whatever. Dude, Nancy had her stupid ass debate tonight where she's talking about getting rid of the income tax. They want to get rid of the income tax in South Carolina. And how are they going to do that, guys? Because they're going to take our money. Okay. South Carolina, they want to get rid of their income tax. And then every state that doesn't have an income tax, they take money from all the blue states because they get federal money to replace their shit, right? So we will pay all of South Carolina's bills, just like we pay fucking Texas's bills. and Florida's bills and all these other states' bills. Trump is successfully collapsing our NATO alliance. Dude, he's collapsing everything, bro. Dude, what a fucking dick bag, bro. Dude, here it's $4.95, $5.80 in Oregon, $5.35. Dude, it's $4.20 in Idaho, bro. Oh, shit, dude. That's wild. Florida, $4.20 in Florida? Dude, why is gas so expensive in Florida? Oh, red state? Dude. It's bullshit. I'm gonna be honest though, guys. Don't hate me for what I'm about to tell you, but I filled up like before the war. I did. And I'm probably gonna like not have to fill up until like the end of May until we go to the beach. Like, because I hardly drive. And not only that, but my massage therapist just moved. So now even my drive to my massage is like under a mile now. So, dude, I'm like, you know, I'm exempt from like the gas price too. I have a hybrid that gets like 40 miles to the gallon and I never drive. Dude, I'm pretty lucky. I can even walk to a grocery store, boss. You know what I'm saying? I can walk to the grocery store. I don't even have to drive to go get food. I am in a completely urban environment. It's not going down anytime soon. No, it's not. It is not, guys. I saw this tweet today. I don't know. I know the food prices are affected by gas. Everything's affected by that, right? I know that's true. Like everything is. You know, unfortunately, and it's not even just the food prices, guys. I mean, it's not even affected by the gas. It's the cost of petroleum, okay? It is the cost of petroleum, which means like plastic, right? Containers, everything that your food is put in, the vinyl-y bags that shit is stored in. You know what I mean? Like petroleum's in everything. Your straws, your plastic containers, your packaging. Everything you buy that has a plastic liner in it, that's going to go up because of oil. And you ready though, guys? It never comes down, right? I mean, this is another instance, right, where they're going to elevate the price floor of everything and then it's just going to stay there. That's what happens, okay? They elevate the price floor until everybody, the minute you get your head above water, they elevate the price floor until you're like, oh shit, I'm about to fucking drown again, you know? And by they, I mean the fucking, you know, the capitalist wealth class in this country, right? You know what I mean? And what's more, so let me see if I can find the tweet. Okay, there was somebody who said, let me see if we can find the tweet. It was pretty crazy. Where a guy was talking about how the prices are going to come down. This tweet was insane, boss. Let me see if I can find this. There was somebody who was trying to, you pay $10 a gallon. Where are you, Morty? Are you in Europe or are you in, where are you at? Are you in Europe? There's a tweet I want to try and find, boss. That is Europe prices. Norway? Oh, yeah. Let's go. Dude, I dated a girl from Norway. Dude, she was super cool. You know what was crazy too? Her mom was like super hot. Her mom was like born in Norway. Like the girl I dated was born here, but her mom was born in Norway. Dude, Dude, the people in Norway age, like, I don't know if it's the healthcare or what, but the people in Norway age really well, guys. They do. They're like, holy shit, whatever they're doing in Norway, we need to do more of. I'm serious. The people in Norway age like they look so good when they get old. They're, you know, it is, I don't know if it's the healthcare or your stress management or something, but there is definitely something that goes on. It's all the fish. Oh, nice. All the fish you eat. Let's go. Fish oil. Dude, I eat a lot of fish, actually. Dude, yeah. No, there is, I have to say, dude, Norway is like, it's special. All right. Let me see here. Cold weather. Yeah, the cold maybe has something to do with it. But the fish, I think the fish, dude. All right. Hold on. Let me check this out. I think I can find it. Oh. Oh, I remember what it was. I remember the phrase, dude. No, that's not it. But there was a guy basically saying that the Republicans were going to win the midterms because Trump's going to end the war and the price of oil is going to go down right away. That was this guy's argument, okay? I'm still trying to find this. Hold on. Let me see if we can find it. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Oh, Jesus, dude. Dude, look at this. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it. But so anyway, the gist of this tweet that I was looking for, guys, was that there was a Republican guy who had convinced himself that Trump is going to end this war real quick. The price of oil is going to drop. All the prices are going to go down. The stock market's going to shoot up. And then the Republicans are going to crush the midterms, right? Now, the problem is like, even if this war ends tomorrow, this is not going away for a while, guys. You know what I mean? Like this war, I mean, dude, it's going to 108 right now. But even if the war was over tomorrow and Hormuz was open, I feel like this is still going to go up for another 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Or be real unpredictable. But it's not going down for like a year or two. You know? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like with all the hesitation and shit, with all of the unpredictability of what's going on, like, dude, this shit ain't going down. You know? And even when it does go down, I bet it's not ever going back to 60 again. I bet it's going to go down and won't be below 80 or 75 or 80 for like years, dude. I mean, why would they? Why would they? Because now it's going to go so high that if it goes to 120, they can back it down to 75 and just make a killing. And then people will be like, oh, at least it's not 120 again. You know? I mean, bro, this shit is like, we're going to get screwed. But look at this, dude. This is crazy, guys.
Because, take a look here. Take a look at Donald Trump's overall net approval rating. This is the lowest of his term, the lowest of his second term. We're talking about minus 17 points, 17 points underwater. And unlike in Donald Trump's first term, in which he was negative basically throughout his entire term, Trump actually started off in positive territory here in his second term. But now he's at the lowest point of his second term. But there's an even bigger comparison to be made, okay? So obviously Trump was elected once back in 2016, then he took a 4-year break, and then, of course, he's serving his second term, and it's his second presidency. So I went back and I looked at all of the presidents at this point in a presidency, all of them at this point in a presidency, and guess what? Donald Trump is the lowest ever at this point in a presidency. Lower than Joe Biden.
Dude.
Lower than Jimmy Carter. Lower than Ronald Reagan.
Dude, lower than Jimmy Carter, bro. That is rough, dude, because Jimmy was fucked from the start.
Lower than all of them. All of them at this point in a presidency. You know, you can make any sort of swimming comparison you want. Maybe you want to make a comparison with a diver like Greg Louganis. Maybe you want to make a swimming comparison, Michael Phelps. Maybe if you're me, like an old Jewish soul, you want to make a comparison with Mark Spitz. Either way, he is very much.
Dude, the lowest ever. But guys, we're hot.
Last administration, and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world.
The
by
hottest.
far, with no inflation, record-setting investments.
Dude, no inflation. Like, how do you think, guys, how do you think this is going over for MAGA? You know what I'm saying? I mean, do you think the people in the Midwest or whatever are hearing him say there's no inflation and this is the hottest the country's ever been? I mean, he could be talking about like the temperature near the data center that doubled your power bill. But do you think there are people? I mean, I'm sure the cult members are like, they don't care. They get to say the F slur and they get to like use the R slur. And so they're happy. They get to shit on people. But I'm talking about like the non-cult members. Okay, because even you know, the cult is only like 30% of the country. They're probably the only people supporting him. Are there Republican people out there that are watching this that are not enraged? Because man, if I voted for this guy, I would be enraged, bro. Like, no Epstein files, food costs are up, power costs are up. He didn't lower bills at all. Gas is through the roof. And it's not even like gas is through the roof because the world is like going through tough times. Gas is through the roof because this guy chose to like just have a war. He chose to just go to war because Jared Kushner's dad's buddy wanted to start one. And so we're spending $1 billion a day. The debt is through the roof. The country's going bankrupt. There's no jobs. Farms are going bankrupt. And all because this guy just decided he's going to do something stupid, man. You know? And like, is there anybody out there that's not fucking pissed off about this? Dude, I would be livid, bro. I mean, we went through some hard times during Joe Biden's presidency, but like, guys, we were recovering from a worldwide pandemic, okay? And we were doing better than a lot of the countries around the globe. So even though a whole bunch of shit was up, I was like, yeah, I get it. We're going through a rough time. Supply chains are reopening. Like, there's all kinds of weird after effects. My car got hit during the pandemic by a hit and run. Right? Somebody hit and ran. And dude, I waited 4 months for a part. My car was in the shop for 4 months back in 2022 because the supply chains had been closed for so long that you couldn't get auto parts, right? Isn't that crazy? My Toyota, somebody hit the front end of it, and there was some like shutter piece that they waited 4 months for because of the supply chains. Okay? And because it was a hit and run, I didn't get a rent-a-car, but I never drive, so I was fine, you know? But dude, all the shit that's happening now, all the bad shit is exclusively because of decisions that this asshole has made, bro. Every bad thing in America right now that we have, beef, electricity, gas, fucking housing prices, job market, farm bankruptcies, construction, every fucking bad thing that we are suffering through right now is a direct result of this asshole's decision making. Like we were finally, we finally had come out of the darkness and there was like a tiny bit of light, dude. We were starting to pick up. The economy was expanding, right? And dude, and now here we are. Dude, here we are, boss. Like, what the fuck, bro? Dude, like, fucking unbelievable, boss. All right? Now, watch this, though, dude. It gets better, okay? It gets better, dude. There's other quotes. I know one that I fucking saved, which is this one. All right, I bookmarked one.
Take a look here.
But, dude, this one is astonishing, bro. Okay? This one is crazy. Now, something tells me that this next clip, this is going to be like a midterm ad. Okay? This ad is writing itself. All right? Dude, you ready? You're right. Worthy's right. This is not exclusive to Trump. We always do worse as a country under a Republican. I mean, they're notoriously bad for the economy unless you're wealthy, okay? If you make more than $500,000 a year, you do well during Republican administrations. If you're making more than 500 grand a year, you do well during Republican administrations. If you're making under 500 grand a year, you do shitty. But Trump is like, the thing that's problematic about this one though, guys, is I feel like Trump has made some decisions that are gonna linger. Okay, like with the Republican administration, a normal one, they do some shit that puts you near a recession, and like 2 to 3 years into a Democratic presidency, they're gonna spin it. But like the thing that makes me nervous about this Trump administration is I think it might be a decade, maybe 15 years before we recover from some of this shit, right? Like he is actually causing like generational damage, to where like an entire group of young people may not find a footing until they're in their 40s because of this motherfucker. I mean, dude, we saw the stats the other day where entry-level unemployment, unbelievable stat, guys. You ready? Look at this shit. This is like depression. Like young people are in a depression. Entry-level unemployment, 13.3%. The worst job market since I was a teenager, right? That's nuts, bro. The worst job market since like 89, the end of the Reagan era, right? And so, dude, that means that like our young people ages 18 to like 30, they're living through a depression that we can't feel, okay? We can't feel it if we're established, but they're actually living in a fucking depression. And yeah, dude, if you didn't go to college, you're like fine, right? Like, I mean, I even look at my son right now who's been trying to get a job in New York, and it's pretty fucking hard, but he's being smart about it. He's making friends, And now that he's making friends and developing a social connectivity, he's getting inroads to jobs, which is good. If the job market is really tough, you want to get friends that are working, and then eventually you're going to work your way in. That's like the way to go. But like it doesn't have a college degree, right? He's just, whatever, going to be a musician, maybe a YouTuber, whatever. He's doing his own thing. He's like surviving in this, right? Getting some help from me. And like, he had a bunch of money saved before he went there. So he's surviving, right? But like, dude, the people that came out of school, like I have a friend whose son graduated from college with a computer programming degree. And like, dude, the guy had to move home. He literally is almost unemployable right now because of AI. Okay, he spent 4 years going and getting a programming degree, and now he's like, fuck, bro, what do I do now? And huge college debt. Dude, it's brutal, right? I mean, if you're coming out of college right now, people who graduated high school in like 2021, they're so screwed right now. 13% unemployment. And if you have $150,000 in college debt or $100,000 in college debt, can you imagine? Right? Trades need young people. Yeah, but the thing that's really tough about that is I don't think young people want to go into the trades, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I think that is a problem, right? I mean, they're going to get oversaturated, but the problem though is you really need some experience in the trades, okay? Like having an inexperienced drywaller is problematic, right? And Trump's deported a whole bunch of people that were working in the trades, but I don't know that I feel like if anything, you ready for this? You ready for this? I think if anything, the trades are jobs that we should try to robot. Okay. I really feel that. Not talking like plumbers necessarily, but some of that shit like drywall and shit, like some of that I feel like, like carpentry, that would be some shit to robot. So you could have them building in any weather and not have people need to destroy their fucking backs and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think like moving some of that towards robotics would be a smart move. Because guys, the trades, let me just tell you as somebody who did that shit, the trades are fucking, they're a trap, dude. Okay? They are kind of a trap. All right? Because the reality of the trades, you know what I'm saying? The reality of the trade jobs is they pay good money, but they also fucking, you get stuck there. You get like stuck there, unless you go into, right, you either have to be union or you have to become a contractor and have your own business. But like non-union trade work is like a trap, dude, because you get paid this big money initially, like, yeah, but then it never goes up. It never goes up. And you usually don't have like non-union shit, doesn't have good health care. And so you're destroying your body and your wages start high, but then they stay, right? And that's the thing that's really difficult about the trades is they're kind of like a bait and switch. Okay, because a lot of trades, an 18-year-old's like, oh, I can make $25 an hour, but then when he's 40, he's making 28, right? And so his whole life, right, he's worked 20 years and he's making like $3 more, okay? He's working $3, making $3 more an hour than when he started, and his body's ruined. Okay, he's going to be in and out of the medical facilities for the next 20 years. So I don't know, dude. I don't want my son to go into the trades. I really don't. Okay, I really don't like my son. That's the last place I want him to go into. Right? I've worked it, and I think it's like a shit lifestyle, dude. It's brutal on your body. Dude, I worked in masonry for a year and I was like, fuck, dude, this shit is brutal. Okay. And I was working on prevailing wage jobs. So this was in the early 2000s. I was making like $32 an hour and the money was insane. But like my body was so fucked up that like I couldn't even enjoy the money. I just did cocaine all the time, dude. Seriously. That's all I did was cocaine and like, you know, hung out with sex workers. Dude, that was my entire experience of working in the trades was like, please make me forget about this fucking job. Dude, it was brutal. Oh, it was brutal. Oh shit. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that was, you know, fun, but I cut to the chase. I do, man. You're sick of hearing people say how college is bad. I don't think college is bad. You know, I don't think college is bad at all, right? I don't think college is necessary, right? It depends on your like own like approach to education. But I do, you ready for this though, guys? Here's one thing I will say. Okay, you ready? College, if you don't go to college, you have to go move to like a big city. Okay? Seriously. Like if you, right? Like the way Bryce is doing it, if you don't go to college, you go to LA, you go to New York, you go to Atlanta, you go to Chicago, you go to San Francisco, and you go make it in the big city, that is good. If you don't go to college and you stay at home and you live with your parents and you just get some job locally, that is like bad, I think. I think you cannot go to college, but then you do have to go into some college-like environment where it's like a dog-eat-dog big city environment or some shit, and you have to go and get in there and learn how to survive in a really tenacious space. But if you don't go to college and you just stay in your comfortable hometown and just get some job, that I feel like is a trap. Like you would need to either go to college or you need to go travel or move to some type of big, tenacious, you know, achievement-oriented environment. Okay? Because college, I think, is, you know, it's not even necessarily about the education. It's about being in a space where thousands of people are competing with each other for shit, for that high grade to get the degree, right? It's like you're learning how to go head to head and try to achieve something. And you know what I'm saying? And so I think you could move to San Francisco, and if you survive moving to San Francisco, that's going to be like going to college, you know? But if you don't go to college and you don't move or travel and you just like get an apartment in your hometown, I don't know that that's really a great way to go, boss. You know, I think you got to be doing something where you're challenging yourself in some way, you know what I mean? I think, but where, I mean, it could be like, you know, you start a content creator business, or you're pursuing you got to be pursuing something, you know. I think I like pursuit. I like that, you know, I feel like you develop when you're in a competitive environment, you know. Dude, AI is bullshit. Your wife went to college, is working a normal job, making decent money without all that competition you're talking about. Right? Come hang on a shrimp boat. All right, dude. Dude, shrimp boat sounds good. The roof just cost $28K. The exterior was painted for $10K. Dude, that is like, that's a lot, actually. Right? Dude, Mike Petty, that feels like a lot. They did well, took them a week each. Dude, that seems like a lot. They plan on turning off the internet. Where? Did you hear about Elon's, dude, you ready? Look at this. Do you hear about his satellite that blew up, dude? Starlink? right? A 2x4 is $15. Is it really? Dude, a Starlink satellite blew up, dude. Right? A Starlink satellite disintegrated, and its remains will fall into Earth in the coming weeks, bro. Right? Dude, an 8-foot 2x4 is $15? No way. Hold on. I'm checking your numbers here, boss. I'm looking at Lowe's. Dude, nope. I mean, dude, an 8-foot 2x4 Douglas fir at Lowe's is $375, boss. What are you talking about, dude? Where are you buying a treated 2x4? But yeah, a treated 2x4, you only use that for decks, bro. Nobody's building their house out of a treated 2x4. Dude, that shit, like pressure treated, that's only for decks. Like, okay, if you're building a fucking outdoor, an outdoor fucking patio, right? Dude, it's $375, dude, for a 2x4. What are you talking about? All right? Dude, there it is, right there, $375. Dude, a 2x4 by 96-inch kiln-dried Douglas fir stud, dude. Give me a fucking break, bro. Dude. Dude, fucking treated 2x4. I don't even think a treated one. Hold on. I'm going back to Lowe's. Also, I actually have a Lowe's credit card though. So I get a discount too. All right. So dude, a 4x4 is fucking, right? A 4x4 is $15, okay? 2x4 treated are $758 at Lowe's, all right? But there you go, boss. Here you go. There's what you're gonna build with your treated fucking lumber. Your little outdoor deck. Dude, nobody's using treated lumber, right? That is like. You know, if you're building a log cabin, dude. All right, dude, so a Starlink satellite blew up, though. That shit. Although, guys, I will say $375 is more expensive than it was when we remodeled this house. They were like $275. That is a full dollar more than it was when we remodeled this house 10 years ago, right? But, dude, a Starlink satellite blew up, guys. It just exploded, right? Isn't that wild? So there's now, that happened in December too, guys. So Elon, Mr. Elon, all his satellites are like blowing up, boss, right? So I'm going to tell you, if Elon Musk starts flying to the moon, I'm not sure I'm getting in on that shit, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if Elon goes to the moon or if Elon goes to Mars. I don't think I would ever get on a space rocket. I would never get on a rocket that Elon Musk built, okay? Dude, I'm serious, man. There's no fucking way I am getting on a spacecraft that Elon Musk is fucking building. But, dude, you got to watch this, guys. You ready? You ready to see the next Democrat campaign ad? Dude, he's going to prison. Fuck Mars. I'm into that, guys. Look at this. Watch this shit, guys. Prepare yourself.
Because the United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. You got to let a state take care of daycare, and they should pay for it, too. They should pay. They have to raise their taxes, but they should pay for it. And we could lower our taxes a little bit to them to make up, but it's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. They can do it on a state basis. You can't do it on a federal. We have to take care of one thing, military protection.
Dude, that is such bullshit. We have to take care of one thing, military protection. Dude, we're fighting wars? Why are we fighting wars? I shit my pants again. Dude, why are we fighting wars? You fucking dumb shit. Honestly, we don't need to be fighting wars. Military protection? Is you kidnapping Maduro? Was that military protection? You bombing Iran? Military protection? You fucking idiot. You threatening Greenland and Canada and Mexico and Panama? Was that military protection? Dude, this guy needs a boot in his ass, dude. I am serious. The only boots on the ground I want to see are the boots of the pine box pallbearers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, dude, yeah, we can't take care of daycare, but have 10 kids, right? Make sure you have 10 kids, guys. Oh, get married young and have a bunch of children. Oh, but wait, guys. Hold on. Wait. But wait, dude. Entry-level employment is 13.3%. I can't afford to have kids. Have them anyway. Yeah, have a bunch of kids. Right? Remember that idiot at CPAC saying have more kids than you can have? Dude, I want to find that woman. Right? Oh, my God. This woman, you remember this woman? Oh, at CPAC? Oh, my God, dude. Lady Maga is so scary. Yeah, it was this. It was this chick right here. Watch this. Where is it? No. Oh, Jesus. Proud Boys. It was this woman. Okay? Isabel Brown. That's who it was. Toyota Corolla says, what a fucking clown, dude. What happened in No New Wars? I guess the dementia got rid of that promise too. Let's go, Toyota! Dude, where is she? Right here, dude. This woman, right here.
It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and quitting birth control pills and saying I do at the altar, that ultimately trickle down into the political policies that we will see save our country.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's not it. I want to find her actual statement. Dude, she's so crazy, bro. Dude, yeah, no, she's hateable. But let's see. Let me just find her. I bet it's on her page, dude. Dude, she is so... Doesn't she look like... Dude, she's like 𝗙ecie𝗍𝗪𝗀, bro. Tell me she's not 𝗙cie𝗍𝗪𝗀. I swear to you, dude. She is. She is 𝗙cie𝗍𝗪𝗀, bro. She is like... That is exactly what she is. She looks just like her. Dude, oh my God, bro. 𝗙cie𝗍𝗪𝗀, right? Oh, and shit, there she is with Charlie, too. Of course she is. But yeah, let's find her clip. She had a clip at CPAC that was the most ridiculous clip you've ever seen. Dude, reminder, guys, that we have a 13.3% entry-level unemployment rate right now for college-age people, okay? Young people, young college-age people, they're coming out and they can't afford to get a job, okay?
The book about it.
Democrats have
for many, many years before we grew up. That said, we are also facing perhaps the most intense propaganda against reality and against the family uniquely than any generation has ever encountered in modern history. That is certainly impacting our generation's view of abortion, but also the idea of wanting to have a family in the first place. How many of you saw the New York Magazine article just a few days ago with the headline, "I regret having children"? Just one of many, many pieces we see in the mainstream media and echoed in the influencer and social and new media world that I work in every day. The article interviewed 5 different women at different stages in their motherhood journey. The one that clearly was the most impactful was a 27-year-old mom of a 1-year-old in North Carolina. I'm a 28-year-old mom of an almost 1-year-old, so this really resonated with me, who is leaving her family. She's abandoning her. Wow. Young women are being exposed on their TikTok feed, in the
All right, so that's not the clip. Dude, why is this so hard to find, dude? Like, dude, I feel like the search function is not as good. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. You ready? Here she is. All right, I found it. Oh! Dude, you ready? Dude, Second Amendment, baby. Gun rights. Gun rights. Here's the clip, dude. She is such a clown. Watch this.
Old. I certainly wish I had had access to something like that as a child, but I really think what we all can do, rather than just relying on the policy perspective or what your elected officials are doing, is to start culturally putting the family first again with our faith. If you are not speaking with your family around the dinner table about these issues every day, it is high time to start. If you're not encouraging your children to grow up and have the courage to get married and have kids, more kids than they can afford before they think they're ready, it is high time to start. It is these choices, like deleting our dating apps and quitting.
Have more kids than you can afford before you're ready to start. Dude. What the fuck, bro? Hey, guys, it's a 13.3 unemployment rate for young people. So, yeah, go have a whole bunch of kids you can't afford. Only a rich white prick would say that shit, right? Only a rich white prick would say that. And then what does the president say?
Because the United States can't take care of daycare.
Oh.
That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't.
Oh, we're fighting wars. Oh, we can fight wars, but we can't take care of daycare. Dude, what the hell, bro? Dude, you know? And what's more, if you live in some rural areas of the country, you ready for this, guys? If you live in some rural areas of the country, the only jobs available are going to be Amazon or Walmart. And both of those jobs, you're going to need public assistance just to even get by as a single person. That's what's so crazy, dude. Like, bro, nobody's going to have kids. Give me a fucking break, dude. And Trumpy's like, oh, I can't afford daycare, but I have plenty of diapers. Oh, wait, I just shit myself. Dude, no. Trumpy, dude, Trumpy, Amazon, they're automating a lot, man. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to put some socks on because we got dance party coming up in like an hour. All right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Dude, hang tight. I'm going to regale you with this lovely song. I'll be right back. Hang tight. If you ever did, yeah. I wonder if you know I shit myself. Oh.
Just wanna be free.
someone new is pulling everywhere.
I'm afraid to let them. Nothing is what I say.
I feel far away. Dude, let's go. Yeah, no, Israel, dude, we knew Israel wasn't putting any people in. Dude, Israel's not going to put boots on the ground. Dude, American soldiers are the ones who are going to die, right, for that stupid-ass war. Dude, fuck Trump, bro. Seriously. Fucking dumbass. Seriously. Dude, what the hell are we doing, bro? What are we doing with this fucking dumbass, boss? You know? You know what I'm saying? With this Trumpian dumbass. Dude, he is such an idiot. All right, let's watch. Dude, we're going to watch a few more Trump clips. Then we got to look at Nick Fuentes' clip too, because I feel like that one is kind of important because, you know, you got to see the reality of these groyper shitters, okay? Because like a lot of people are playing fucking, they're playing mind games right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, I swear, guys, I don't know if you notice this, but I feel like everyone is a grifter at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like every single fucking person is doing whatever they can to simply make content that like generates some kind of buzz and money, and but nobody's giving a sense of like integrity with, you know, actually, you know, sticking through to achieve something. It's like everybody's just reaction seeking in some way. Like, in fact, let's go to the Nick Fuentes thing first, okay? Because I feel like this is really an important clip, okay? Because you've seen him, all right? You've seen him talking about is this clip. I watch this, guys, okay? This shit, you've seen him, all right? You have seen Fuentes. You know that Fuentes is like done with Trump. Okay, right? The groypers are done with Trump. Why? Because H-1B visas, because aid and war for Israel, because no mass deportations, right? What else did they do? They're fucking no Epstein files. Okay, so they're done with Trump. I mean, they should have been done with Trump before him. Like, why would you even vote for that fucking piece of shit? But the groypers are now on this like America First kick. And he was saying, oh, I miss Obama. I'm going to vote for the Dems in 2026 in the midterms. I'm going to become a Democrat. Remember that? We heard him for like a week. He was like, vote for the Dems, burn it all down. I'm going to become a Dem. I miss adults in the room. I miss Obama. Look at him now, though. Dude, look at him now. You ready? This shit is going to blow your mind, guys. Here we go.
Honest to God, I'm leaving the country. If,
Thank
or more
you.
likely when, a Democrat wins in 2028, I'm leaving America. And when I say that, I don't mean like I'm leaving America because like I don't like the way things are going. I mean they're going to try to kill us.
Oh, shit. Dude. Now that I think about it, maybe this is not such a bad idea. Right? Can you imagine? Oh, shit. Dude, if the groypers, yeah. Dude, can we start a fund? Now, that is a GoFundMe I would fucking donate to. You put all the groypers. Dude, we could even tie it into Christianity. We'll make it like a Noah's Ark theme where we'll get a boat and you guys can just go up the ramp in pairs of two and we will ship you motherfuckers off to, I don't know, Epstein Island, to wherever. You know, you pick the destination, bro. Self-deport, dude. We will like, dude, we'll pay for it. Dude, I would literally add $200 billion to the national debt to unload some of these fucking clowns, boss. I'm into it.
That's what I mean, they're going to try to kill us. And they're not hiding it. J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, said, when we get in, we're going to hold everybody liable. Excuse me. He said, not criminally, but civilly. We're going to hold everybody that was a part of this thing liable. And not just the government employees. We're going after everybody.
Oh, dude.
I'm not sticking around
Everybody.
to find out what an anthropic-powered Obama, dark woke agenda is going to look like. I am going to flee the country. I'm going to see how it shakes out. I'm going to monitor the situation. And I saw there's some plan trust.
Dude, last week he was voting for the Democrats. This week it's like, right? Dude, last week he was voting for the Democrats. This week it's like a dark woke. They're going to kill us all. Dude, these guys, oh my God, these guys are fucking clowns, bro. Like how the level of buffoonery is insane, isn't it?
Out there, and they're saying, well, the problem is you don't want to be all in. Like you're shying away from Trump because you're getting cold feet and you don't want to take the fight to the left. And you know what? That's 100% true. I saw a John Doyle video about this the other day. John Doyle said, if you find yourself criticizing Trump, pandering to the left, he said, this is about you getting cold feet and you want out of the fight. And it's like, yeah, I am. I am not on the suicide mission with Trump. Gavin Newsom, if you can hear me, I'm not with him. I'm not with him. Gavin Newsom, he's over there. He went that way. He did it. Don't look at me. I voted for Hitler. Trump went that way. Get him, Gavin. I'm over.
I voted for Hitler. Trump went that way. Jesus, dude. Who watches this? I mean, I know we're watching this because we're watching it ironically. And but guys, who fucking watches this? Like when you see a James Fishback crowd, okay, this is like the guy running for Florida governor. Okay, when you look at James Fishback, look at this shit, dude. Look at this guy. Okay, Fishback is out here running for governor. And look at I guess these are the dudes that are looking at that. Almost everybody in that room is a dude, bro. They're like a bunch of bros, dude. What the fuck, bro? I mean, does anybody watch this unironically? Holy shit.
You want to know why? Because everyone with a brain knew that Trump was not a fucking serious person. If Trump were serious, okay, I would ride. If Trump were legit, bro, my heart goes out to him.
Dude, he's
if
throwing
Trump were
the
a
Nazi
legit
salute
Caesar
in there.
Augustus figure, dude, send the army. My heart goes out to you. I'm there. And death penalty, bring it forth, and we will do whatever we want to them. But we all knew that Trump is not serious. Trump is not competent. His team are idiots or scammers or Jews. I repeat myself.
Jesus.
Or they're incompetent. He is terrible.
Dude.
His people are terrible. And we saw this movie before. So part of the reason why...
And yet they voted for him, right? Think about how stupid these fucking assholes are, right? That he's like, we knew he was everything we hate, but we voted for him. And now everything sucks. And now the alternative sucks. Dude. Yeah, I mean, these guys are so anti-Semitic. They're fucking bottom of the barrel.
I told people not to vote, and why I thought maybe Kamala would be better is because we know that Trump, like before...
Oh, wait, dude, wait a second.
Incompetent. He is terrible. His people are terrible. And we saw this movie before. So part of the reason why I told people not to vote and why I thought maybe Kamala would be better is because we know that Trump, like before, is barking up the wrong tree. He is calling out and attacking the most powerful people in the world, or working with them in some cases, but with zero willingness or ability to actually defeat them or finish the job. He doesn't cross the Rubicon and march on Rome and do what must be done. He goes in the Rubicon and kind of hangs out in there. And he chills out on True Social and says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Never mind. Actually, we're good. Actually, what I meant is that we won the whole time. And
dude, Kamala would have been way better, but like this fucking guy was not ever saying, ooh, Kamala might be better than Trump, right? You know what I mean? I mean, when you think about it, look at this shit. I mean, don't you see that like this feels like it's like groyper ass covering, right? He told all his dipshit incel followers to vote for Trump. They were all in on the Trump bandwagon, and now Trump has blown everything apart. And now he's like, oh yeah, I told you, like, maybe Kamala was going to be better. We knew Trump wasn't serious. Now he's like rewriting the history, and they're probably like, oh yeah, you did kind of warn us about this. Dude, I don't know, guys. I am like, I'm a little frightened that this guy has an audience. This guy has a massive fucking audience. And yeah, these guys, they don't believe in anything, dude. They have no actual belief system. They don't. Their only belief system is havoc. Okay? Wreaking havoc and you know, like trying to make money. Okay? Dude, I mean, it is scary though that like I guess the fact that this guy has an audience is an indicator of how poor off our young men are. Like, our young men are so fucked up and so unmoored that they're being attracted to this, you know, type of chaos. Okay? This type of nihilism is feeling comfortable and safe because they're so fucked up.
And if you play that way, then we're all gonna die. So you're damn right. You're damn right. I am not repeating the mistake of the first term. And here's the difference. I was actually at January 6th. I was actually at Charlottesville. Let me tell you something.
Jesus.
I sacrificed a lot for this movement. A lot.
Dude, he sacrificed a lot. Dude, he has like 1 million followers on Twitter. Dude, he's cashing in because of that movement. What did he sacrifice for this movement, dude? He has fucking hit a cash register. This asshole, dude. Oh, I sacrificed. He's like, you have 13.3% entry-level unemployment thanks to me telling you to vote for this unserious guy that I'm now telling you is all wrong. But meanwhile, I'm like a millionaire, right? Dude, what a clown show.
Went to Charlottesville and got my life destroyed. I wore a Maga hat everywhere and became a social pariah and professionally ostracized. And I did the stupid internet show and I bought into all the nonsense about immigration and the bro science and the conspiracy theories and all this crap. And when Trump said the election was stolen, I showed up to the rallies, Stop the Steal.
Dude.
And I showed up on January 6th.
What an idiot.
And I got royally fucked all over again. I got my money frozen. I got put on the no-fly list. I got censored.
Dude.
Trump didn't do a damn thing to help anybody. Didn't pardon.
And he voted for him again. Dude, he's saying, oh, everything bad went wrong. And I voted for him one more time, guys. Brain trust.
Everybody when he had the chance to in 2021. He didn't lift a finger to stop tech censorship when he was president the first time. And all the people that campaigned and volunteered for him, one by one, he threw them under the bus, and they weren't even hired in the administration, or they were allowed to be ostracized by people that hate Trump. I learned my lesson. And I said, I'm not doing it again. I'm not riding for this guy. Look at what happened. We knocked on the doors. We wore the stupid hat. People got fired from their jobs, got their asses kicked, got banned on Twitter, got banned on Uber for this guy. People went to the Stop the Steal rallies, got imprisoned for this guy because he asked us to. He
Tiny
asked us to show up.
violins.
And you know what happened on J 6th? He fucked around. On J 6th, he could have went and said, I'm going to the Capitol and I'm not leaving. He didn't do that.
Tiny
He waited
violins.
too long. He let everybody storm the Capitol. Then hours later, he said, you know what? Never mind. Forget it. I'm going to go home like a good boy. And then everyone went to jail for 5 years. And now we're doing it all over again. And look at what Trump is doing. He blew up the White House. You got these ICE raids, and they're literally doing them performatively just to piss off the left. Charlie Kirk is dead. He got shot in the face. What has Charlie Kirk profited from this movement? Charlie Kirk got shot in the face because he is a lieutenant of the Maga movement, and Trump didn't even give a shit. He got shot in the fucking head. And they said, what do you think about your friend Charlie Kirk being assassinated today? And he said, oh, it's bad. Anyway, if you look at the East Wing, we're doing an amazing job. So I just learned my lesson, and I said, no, I'm not committing suicide for this movement.
Dude, like, what is he doing? Oh my God. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but the way he went off on that was so crazy, dude. Jesus. And yet, though, this fucking guy, they voted for Trump again.
It's not going to work. And if it's not going to work, then I'm not going to be a part of it, because I'm not going to put all that back on the line for a movement that isn't serious. You want supporters, you want loyalty, you got to take it seriously. You got to play to win. You got to be all in it. You can't be selling Trump coin. You can't be doing a Melania feature film in the theaters. You can't be cutting deals like that. You can't be getting an airplane from Qatar and doing all the graft and embezzlement that's going on and expecting everybody to go out and cape for this stuff. I don't want to be there when Antifa starts cutting everybody's heads off. You're damn right. You're damn right. We're going to say, hey, we're not with Trump. Absolutely.
When Antifa starts cutting everybody's heads off, dude, like, what a fucking idiot, bro. Oh my God. Dude. Oh my God.
Absolutely. So like I said, if Gavin Newsom is looking for Trump, I'm going to tell him where he is. Forget it.
Dude, can I just show you something, though, that he's talking about? Because, guys, listen to me. They do this every time. No, I shit you not. They do this every time. Let me show you Scott Adams. Remember him? He passed away. But, dude, we got to look at Scott Adams because he did this shit when Biden won, okay? Like, where was he, okay? This guy. Remember this guy? Let me just show you. When Biden won, where is it? Look at this shit. Let me take you back. This is it's just a thing they do, guys. Okay? Where right? Yeah. He did it. Scott Adams was doing this in fucking 2020, boss. Look at this shit right here, okay? If Biden is elected, there's a good chance you will be dead within the year, right? Republicans will be hunted. Bro, they do this every fucking election. It is just a fucking shuck it game. It is like, yeah, oh my God. If they win, they're gonna hunt you. They're gonna kill you. You're gonna have to move. Dude, they've been doing some form of this since I was a kid, man. It is like the only thing they have. They don't have a single fucking policy. What are the Republican policies? Let's fucking ruin the job market. Let's give all of your money to the wealthiest. Let's make sure you have no civil rights, right? You're forced to have 5 kids, but no money for you, so all your kids are going to fucking starve. And you're going to be enslaved to some billionaire bitch who's going to have all the money and sit on a yacht while you break your back for 50 years and get nothing. That's the Republican platform, the whole thing. And not only that, we're going to make sure there's like a cop breathing down your neck the whole time, right? That's their platform. Nothing. Hey, your life sucks? Come over here, bend over. We're going to shove a Bible up your ass. Do you want the King James or do you want the fucking, like, whatever, new traditional? Like, spread them, pull those cheeks apart. Here, Bible incoming. Oh, here come the Bible. Right? It is like nothing. And then that's their platform. So they're like, well, we can't sell that. There's no way for us to make that sound attractive. So if you don't vote for us, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. They're going to trans your kids. They're going to cut your kids' dicks off. And then they're going to kill you. Well, wait, are they going to cut my kids' dicks off or are they going to kill me? First, they're going to cut your kids' dicks off and then they're going to kill you. Dude, that's their whole fucking platform, bro. Right? Isn't that funny? And yeah, your life here is going to be miserable and it's going to suck. You're never going to have anything. But when you die, oh, it's going to be cool. Like God's really going to take care of you when you die. Trust. They're like, sitting there going, dude, we gave him the whole God's going to take care of you. Dude, how the fuck did you get those guys to work for 50 years for nothing? Oh, we told them God was going to take care of them. Dude, that's literally the right-wing reality, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. It's the same shit, dude. It is the same shit. If Biden is elected, there's a good chance you will be dead within the year. Now, guys, Biden did in fact get elected, and none of these motherfuckers died, bro. Not one. Not one of these assholes died or even got hunted. I mean, sure, the people that defiled the Capitol and like killed police officers and shit, they got hunted. You know, of course. But, I mean, it wasn't much of a hunt. They were all on camera and shit. But isn't that wild? Dude, that shit is so crazy. I know, it's so embarrassing, right? It's so embarrassing. And, dude, right? Like, what idiots. That's what Nick Fuentes just did, though. That was his rant. Dude, it is like that is their only fucking thing, boss. Wild, huh? So now the groypers, now they're dooming. Isn't that crazy? I mean, a week ago, though, he was saying, I'm voting for Democrats. Dude, like, what a crazy shit, right? Here.
Yeah. My vote for the Democrats is a middle finger to the GOP. I don't care. Say what you want. People say that's a dumb idea. I don't care. That's what I'm doing. I've made up my mind. You have pissed me off royally, and that is not what I will do. And if they want to win in 28, you got to find somebody else. I will not vote for Vance. I will not vote for Rubio. They brought us this. You don't want to repeat this in 28? Give me somebody I can vote for. Give me somebody that's America first. Otherwise, give it to the Democrats. I'll flee. I'll go to Vietnam. I'm out. Country's coming down anyway. What does it matter? And this is what you guys need to understand. This country is fucked. Okay? And the only thing that is going to turn this country around is radical change. Not moderate reform, radical change.
It's true. I mean, a little bit true. Like, we do need some radical change. But, like, dude, not these guys' change. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, they don't even know what they want, dude. These idiots. They're such idiots.
If the Republicans are not giving us radical change, they're just giving us collapse at a slower pace, right? They're liberals driving the speed limit. They're standing in front of liberals yelling stop and being rolled over, being steamrolled. So that's actually not a solution. Telling everybody we're going to have whites become a minority at a slightly slower rate and, you know, Israel's still going to run the country and so on. Yeah, that doesn't get us. I don't know what we're buying time for at that point. We have to stop playing not to lose and start playing to win. And that means taking ourselves seriously to start voting for ourselves, voting for our own interests, voting as a bloc, rather than going with Wall Street, Silicon Valley, and Israel every year.
Dude, oh my God. And, bro, oh shit, dude. Dude, you know what's funny is like, I understand the sentiment, because if you look at the far right and you look at the far left, like they're obviously reeling. Like, we're all reeling from the same thing. I mean, he is so blatantly racist. He is so blatantly misogynist and fucking anti-Semitic and all this toxicity. I mean, the reality is, guys, is this harkens back to what I talked about in the beginning of the stream. It is just, we're at the end of capitalism, where now capitalism is so out of control. Everything is a subscription service. Every product we use is like a landlord extracting monthly rent out of us for all the shit we use now, to where we are just like octopus receptacles, where an octopus of tentacles come in and take all of our wealth off of us. And all of that wealth is in the hands of like 1,000 people. And we're just ending up homeless or dying in a hospital with a lack of medical care, or dying in medical debt, watching the estate you worked your life to fucking accumulate disappear because you're broke when you fucking pass. You can't even leave in shit. You can't even leave anything for your families. Okay? We are dying empty husks. So Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos can be trillionaires, right? And everybody is feeling this, you know, but you know, his is like, it's you know, Nick Fuentes says it's immigrants and the Jews' fault, and like, it's not. I mean, dude, obviously Trump bending over for Netanyahu is a problem, and the bullshit going on in the Middle East and the Christian rapture bringing is a problem. But these guys all claim to be Christians too. These assholes are the ones promoting those rapture desires that are like fundamentally supporting the Zionists. Like, think about this, guys. There is nobody in the entire world that are bigger Zionists than the American Republican Party. Okay? I mean, you want to talk about the kings of fucking Zionism? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. The American Republican Party is the biggest Zionist organization on the planet, okay? And these guys who are like so anti-Semitic and so like Israel's ruling the world have been voting for the goddamn Republican Party their whole life, okay? These fucking assholes. And right? And that is like, wow, okay, nice work, you fucking dunces. And now you want to complain about Trump? Like, give me a fucking break, dude. You know what I'm saying? Give me a fucking break. Dude, these guys, fucking jackholes, bro. Oh my God. Dude. Oh my God, dude. Crazy. Unfucking believable, boss. Unfucking believable. Dude, what is this? April Fool's poll joke? Oh, shit, dude. Look at this, dude. Oh, shit. Can you imagine? Dude, can you imagine? This might be it. Dude, what? Guys, what would 𝗙𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗀 and Cenk Uygur do if this was the ticket? Right? What would they do? I mean, guys, I feel like Tucker Carlson is gonna force Cenk and Anna's hands. That's what we need, dude. We need Tucker Carlson to run for president, okay? Because I want Cenk and Anna's hand to be forced, boss. I do. I want them to be forced. Oh, man, bro. What are we doing, dude? What are we doing? Trumpy! Oh! Here we go, guys.
Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield.
Dude, he can't even read, bro. Oh, my God. He can't even read. Watch this.
Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Iran.
Dude.
In these
overwhelming victories. Dude, he can't fucking read, bro. He is like spent. This guy is fucking spent. He's spent.
There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts, had I not terminated that terrible deal. And I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning. Essentially, I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. There would have been no...
Dude, he is struggling. By the way, we should note, you ready? We do have to note this, guys, that Donald Trump has talked about Obama, right? Remember, Obama returned like $6 billion of frozen assets, money that we stole from Iran and had been holding on to for decades. Obama gave that money back, said, you know what? We're going to give you the fucking shit that we stole from you. Okay. And Trump has made this huge deal. Oh, they gave him billions. Iran made $15 billion selling oil since the beginning of this war, guys. With their removal of the sanctions, $15 billion, because they're selling an insane amount of oil at highly elevated prices. So Trump has given triple the amount of money in profits, oil profits, while the rest of the country, the rest of the world is suffering, and we're all getting fucked. And he has given Iran like huge windfall of money. Dude, the art of the deal, my friend, right? The art of the fucking deal, bro. Like, it is impossible to overstate what a fucking moron this guy is. Like, I can't use enough expletives. There's no way for me to summon a realistic, like, it's just impossible for me to summon a realistic, you know, I can't over exaggerate how dumb this fucking guy is, bro. I am beside myself. He is so dumb. All right, you ready? We got one more thing we're looking at, guys. Okay? And I think right now, the fact that the reality is Trump is sinking us into a depression. He's shattering NATO. He's like, taking the world to the brink of war. He's fucking up the global economy. He's already trashed the U.S. economy. He's ruining opportunity for young people, destroying the job market. Women are being, they're being offended worldwide by just the sound of this rapist voice. But in addition to this, guys, this guy, the Epstein class king, Jeffrey Epstein's best buddy, the adjudicated rapist, Donald Trump, has spiritual advisors, okay? This guy has spiritual advisors that you can't even begin to understand how toxic these people are. Bro, I mean, we're talking, it is unreal. Like, this guy is being advised spiritually by some of the biggest crooks on the planet. And here's one that we know and love. This is my girl, okay? Paula White. She was giving a little Easter benediction to Trump today. And she was comparing him to Jesus, guys. Okay, look at these guys, dude. Oh my God. These people. These are Christians, by the way. All right? Christians. All right? These are, right-wing Christians. I don't know what's up with this guy. Like, this guy, I think he has a standing order. He can't go within like 1,000 feet of a grade school. But all right, watch this. This is insane.
But as I prayed, it was like the Holy Spirit just zoned me in and said, tell President Trump how thankful you are for him. And I think I'm...
Dude. Standing ovation. Guys, this is a room full of Christians giving a standing ovation to Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, an adjudicated rapist with 26 credible rape accusations, okay? Never released the Epstein files, a crook, a guy looting money left and right. And there's a room full of devout Christians that are giving him a rousing standing ovation. Bro, like, how perverted is American Christianity? And we just wait until we look at his other spiritual advisor. I'm going to finish this clip. It gets worse. Okay, you think it can't get worse than this? A bunch of 70-year-old like evangelicals shining the knob of a rapist and Epstein bestie. It's about to get worse, but.
And I felt like I was conveying the heart of God for all of us, that we are thankful for the greatest champion of faith that we've ever seen in a president. And we honor you because of your bold, unwavering conviction and stand for religious liberty here in America and around the world. And you recognize the power and the name of Jesus Christ. I remember when we told our first briefing, you can now pray again and worship again.
Dude, he recognizes the power in Jesus Christ. You can now pray again and worship again. Was there a ban on prayer? Dude, Joe Biden was a devout fucking Catholic. Like, what are they talking about?
Begin to shout and praise and say, thank you, Lord, and sing in their highest ways for your unwavering recognition that the strength of a nation is through Almighty God. And you have not backed away from any of this. Thank you for allowing me to serve you, to serve people of faith, and to serve the American people. I've heard many people take credit for you being here, or for some of your victories, and for being in the sacred office of the president. But the truth of it is you are here because of God and because of you. just want
Dude, what is up? What the fuck is going on with this guy's head, bro? First off, Paula White, dude, she is not aged well. Have you noticed? Like, dude, she is beat looking. Like, holy fuck. She's got the Mar-a-Lago face. What's going on with this guy's head, bro? This guy, somebody said, that guy's a fucking lizard. Dude, he is, bro. Dude, yeah, she looks like, they all look like fucking, like amphibians or some shit. Like they had their chins removed, dude. You know? Like, what the fuck drugs are these people doing, dude? Seriously. Striking. Dude, striking. I mean, somebody's hitting the fucking crack pipe, bro. Oh, my God.
I wanted to share this thought and then pray over President Trump. Jesus taught us so many lessons through his death, burial, and resurrection. He showed us great leadership, great transformation requires great sacrifice. And Mr. President, no one has paid the price like you have paid the price. It almost cost you your life. You were betrayed and arrested and falsely accused. It's a familiar pattern that our Lord and Savior showed us. But it didn't end there for him, and it didn't end there for you. God always had a plan. On the third day, he rose, he defeated evil, he conquered death, hell, and the grave. And because he rose, we all know that we can rise. And sir, because of his resurrection, you rose up.
Dude,
because he was victorious,
mental illness.
You were victorious. And I believe that the Lord said to tell you this. Because of his victory, you will be victorious in all you put your hand to.
Dude, she literally said to Trump, you were betrayed, you were arrested, you were falsely accused, just like Jesus. She compared him to Jesus, guys. Now, is that not the scariest fucking shit you've ever seen? Like, wow. Now, guys, I'm willing to make a deal, okay? I'm serious. I am willing to make a deal. We got Easter coming up on Sunday, okay? Right? Maga, if you're listening, I am willing to make a deal. On Sunday, we will nail Trump to a cross, okay? And we will string him up, and we will wait and see. And if 3 days later, if he rises, I'm open, okay? At that point, we can talk about all of your religious stuff. Dude, I'm game. I am totally down with like, let's put this to the test, bro. Dude, she legitimately compared this guy to Jesus. He is up there, like, standing there being like, oh my God, dude, he is Jesus to them, guys. Isn't that fucking crazy? That, guys, that is some of the craziest shit that I've ever seen. Now, here's what's hard about processing this, okay? Is this is like what some of the Christian minds in America are like backing up behind this guy and comparing this guy to Jesus. And like, dude, I watch this and I think, dude, these guys are mentally ill. Like, seriously. Like, these people are mentally ill. There's no way you can convince me that any Christian that's following Donald Trump is not completely mentally ill. They're comparing him to Jesus. Dude, Sammer, let's fucking go. Tell me you were killing. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Dude, these people are mentally ill. Okay? They are fucking mentally ill. There's no way around it. They're trying to start the rapture. They're starting to do this crazy shit. Like, they are deranged. Where do we... I don't understand, like, what our future is with these people, like, having power. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, like, Trump has given them a serious amount of political power. They're challenging, like, they already overturned abortion. They've gutted the Department of Education. So now they can start resegregating or you know, ostracizing the LGBTQ, and nobody's going to help them in the schools because Trump has gutted the Department of Education. So the civil rights arm of public schools is gone. They're putting, you know, the 10 commandments back in schools. They're putting the Bible in schools. They're removing curriculum about the reality of America and moving towards religious curriculum. Prager U is going into Oklahoma schools and they're spreading it. So Trump is giving them a sense of political power that is allowing them to shove Bibles up people's asses like never before. Like, you know, cramming anti-trans bills through state houses, and they're doing shit, removing people's civil rights, and, you know. So, I mean, I get it. Like, I get the fact that they're so, like, you know, that these people are kind of similar to, you know, the Christians in the 1400s, okay? Before the Reformation, there was this period where they were so corrupt. The Catholic Church was like selling indulgences to go to heaven. They were selling you, buy this and you go to heaven. That's what the church was doing, guys. You know, before the Reformation, just absolutely grifting. I mean, this is what's so crazy. J.D. Vance is a Catholic. Dude, they were selling indulgences, and they're kind of doing it now. I mean, I literally think this is the same level of corruption in the church, right? It's the same level of corruption right now. Like, without a doubt, dude, it's just as bad. You know, I mean, they're basically doing the same thing. They're not selling indulgences, but what they're doing now is they have mega churches that are saying you need to tithe or you're going to go to hell. You need to vote for Republicans or you're going to go to hell. I mean, they are politicizing the church to where they're like saying the Democrats are demons and shit like that. But it is all about the money. It's all about the money, dude. 100% about the cash. But guys, I told you it gets worse because here we have a room full of, you know, people giving Trump a standing ovation while his spiritual advisor says, you're like Jesus. You were betrayed. You were falsely accused and arrested, but God saved you. And God's going to bless you because you have brought prayer back. You know the value of Jesus. I mean, frightening. Okay, but you ready? So look at the Trump's other spiritual advisor. This is a guy named Robert Morris. Okay, and look at this shit, guys. This is fucking wild. Here he is. Robert Morris. This guy got released. Okay, 43 years of making money in the ministry. 4 years he was abusing a girl. Started when she was 12, guys. Okay? Started when she was 12. All right? He got 6 months of jail time. 6 months. Okay? This is the Epstein class. Now he's going to, you know, be on probation, but he's wealthy as shit. He's been a minister for 43 years. Even after all this went down, he continued to be an extraordinarily wealthy guy. He literally went to jail last summer, dude. He's already out. 6 months in jail after abusing a young girl for 4 years, dude. 4 years. 6 months. Yeah, no, he does look like 𝗫𝗏𝗙𝐺𝑖. Isn't that crazy? Dude, he might be the 2028 presidential nominee. Bro, that's where Christianity's at right now. And, you know, they're upset because of the LGBTQ people. And by the way, guys, while we're here, can I just say something here? Because we've had a situation, all right, where for the last, I don't know, however many years, 10 years, okay? For the last 10 years, oh yeah, Natalie, we'll look at that clip. I like that clip. For the last 10 years, okay, they have been telling us the trans people are groomers. The gay people are groomers, right? Oh, they're indoctrinating your kids. They're grooming your kids. You need to be Christians. You need to be Trump supporters. You need to be MAGA. What are the MAGA Christians? There's the MAGA Christians, guys. Bro. Right? Dude, something is very wrong, boss. Isn't that wild? There's the MAGA Christians, guys. Yes. Dude. I mean, you know, nice balloons is all I can say, dude. Right? What is that? That's Kristi Noem's husband. That is Brian Noem, right? And Kristi, not to be outdone, while her husband is, you know, bimbofication ballooning, Kristi is having an 8-year affair with her chief of staff. And she also horked, you know, probably, you know, a handful, several $1 million out of the $200 million she put into making commercials for DHS. Isn't that wild, bro? Dude, they both, though, they kind of do have a similar duck face. I got to hand it to them. Like, they do have, right? They do have a little bit of a, like, they've got a pretty good Mar-a-Lago duck face. I feel like Noem's got to go to prison. Dude, 𝗙𝗪𝗃 has got to go to prison. Okay, we're going to talk about 𝗙𝗃 tomorrow. 𝗙𝗃 and the Kid Rock shit. Dude, like, there has to be a prison sentence, guys. There has to. Let's look at this last Paula White clip, though. This shit is crazy. All right? Dude, this is wild. This is what I'm talking about. Dude, Paula, dude, she does not look well, bro. Look at her fucking face. Dude, she used to be kind of hot, man, when she was younger. Like, dude, come on now. Dude, this is like Paula. This used to be Paula, dude. Paula, what happened, bro? That was the Paula White we knew and loved, bro. Right? That was the Paula White that was, you know, blessed by God. But like, oh, Jesus. Dude. Jesus Christ, bro. What the fuck happened, dude? Oh my God, dude. Dude, don't smoke crack, people.
Let's receive God's tithe and his offering. I believe that it's so important to honor God with his tithe. That's the first 10th of your gross income. And an offering, that's free will. And as you do, you support Paula White Ministry. And I say this, it takes money for ministry. And so when you begin to think of the masses of people, from single moms to human trafficking victims to going into the prison to feeding over 30 million pounds of food, think about that in the last 4 years.
Feeding over 30 million pounds of food? Are they feeding the food? Is that... Dude!
When you think about the difference that you make by your giving, you've helped build a moshav, a village in Israel, from the horrific attacks of October 7th. And the greatest thing you do is take the gospel around the world. How will they hear without a preacher? God still uses a voice to proclaim his word that's anointed to penetrate the hearts of men and women and bring them to the salvation knowledge of Jesus Christ. Thank you for being that person, that Barnabas. Thank you for being that person that's holding up the hands for the gospel to go forth. So go ahead and click on that link right there on the screen, or you can give by Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or however you want to. But thank you for being a generous and liberal giver.
Dude, 10%. Dude, they want like 10% to go to heaven, guys. Like, this shit is a grift, bro. This shit is a grift. It's so bad. Dude, it is so bad, right? 10% of their gross income for her ministry, right? Liberal giver. Dude, you got to be, wait, I thought you're supposed to be a conservative giver. Nope, you got to be a liberal giver, right? There we go. Oh, look at that, dude. Dude, look at them, bro. Oh my God. Dude. What the fuck, dude? Isn't that frightening? That shit is frightening, bro. Like, wow. Dude. If there are demons, I don't believe in demons, but guys, if there are demons in the world, like, these are the demons. I mean, give me a fucking break, dude. These are the demons caked in like makeup. Don't they look, isn't it weird how, don't they look like the 1700s? Right? Are you noticing that they're starting to look like the aristocrats did in the 1700s when they just had makeup like caked on them? I mean, the makeup was different. It was really pasty and shit. And they didn't have cleansers, so they were putting layers upon layers of makeup. But they are starting to look like the 1700 French aristocrats and shit, with just like 20 layers of garish makeup, and their hair is like stuck in these fucking, you know, like just glued on sort of things. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it might be like French Revolution time, you know? I mean, we're getting to the point, guys, where you know, a French Revolution type situation is starting to seem like the moderate position, you know? I mean, I'm serious. When you're talking like a bunch of like aristocratic, face-painted, Botoxed people, like sitting there with billions of dollars and trillionaires and shit while we're like dying in the streets, it's almost like the French Revolution option is feeling like that's like a moderate political position at this point. You know? I'm starting to lean in that, you know, like, yeah, that's not really seeming all that radical anymore. Bro. Dude, so freakish. And they're all like connected to like child SA perpetrators. You know, their hero is Jeffrey Epstein's best friend. Jesus. All right, guys. I don't know about you, but this is where I get off. I mean, it's feeling a little bit like the Hunger Games. It is, dude. It is literally, I mean, we saw a commercial for the new Hunger Games in the theater, and it's like, holy shit, bro. That's literally like where we're at. We are kind of like, you know, they're not making us go out into the woods yet, but we're getting close, bro. Dude. Oh shit. Oh, fuck, boss. All right, you ready? But now, it is time, guys. It is time to worship with the dance, okay? It's time for dancing, bro. You guys bought it, okay? You guys fucking declared the dance party, so now we're gonna do it. All right? You like Robert Smith? Dude, The Cure was one of my favorite bands in high school, boss. Can I just tell you, high school, there were 3 bands that essentially saved my life. 4, if you want to count the 4th one, but the primary 3 in high school, well, all right, no, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 5 bands in high school that pretty much saved my life. The Cure, that's number 1. Echo and the Bunnymen, right? I think actually Echo and the Bunnymen was probably number 1. The Cure was number 2. The Smiths, okay? The Cure, Echo and the Bunnymen, the Smiths, New Order, all right? And then Depeche Mode. Those were the bands, right? Echo and the Bunnymen, The Cure, New Order, The Smiths, and Depeche Mode. Probably that order. Those were my high school bands, okay? I didn't really get into 𝗙XS until college, and I liked them, but I didn't love them. I mean, 𝗙XS I liked, but I didn't love. They weren't. Then when I got into college, I discovered Jane's Addiction, and then I went down the indie route and fucking, you know, I mean, there was other shit too. The Cult I got into. I went through this whole Britpop thing that sort of delivered me to indie music. But yeah, man, dude, Echo and the Bunnymen they were like my number 1 band, dude. They were my favorite, absolute favorite. But dude, the Cult was really good. The Cure though was really good. I've been a huge Robert Smith fan. I mean, they were like original punk rock that evolved, right? If you look at the Cure, like going from their original punk rock through shit like Faith, and right, they went from punk rock to like Head on the Door to Faith, like this weird like gothy esoteric shit, all the way into Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, which is like, you know, one of the greatest Eastern influenced, you know, fucking psychedelia rock albums, and then, you know, ending up on, you know, Fascination Street and shit like that. And then back to the pop of like Friday I'm in Love. Like, come on, man. They like the Cure, they've arced like the Beatles, dude. They really did. Like, I don't think there's a band that evolved like the Beatles. I mean, the Cure is right up there with the Beatles as far as how they evolved over time. Like, not doing the same shit, but being influenced by a whole tapestry of musical stuff. Like, yeah, they're like the Beatles, dude. Honestly, they're that like evolved. And I saw them, dude. I saw them with my son too, like not that long ago, right? We saw them here in Portland. It was amazing, dude. Amazing. I mean, because there's bands that are great and have long careers, but for me, it's like the evolution, like bands that take chances and evolve their sounds to where their records are exploring all different, like, you know, avenues of music. That's where I find like the real enrichment. And the Beatles were like the originators of that. You know, other people tried to emulate them, but the Beatles went from, you know, Elvis-y, bubblegum, like, you know, the Ronettes kind of like boy pop. And they went all the way to like Sgt. Pepper and Abbey Road and shit. And, you know, and Revolver. And I mean, that was like crazy evolution, dude. Experimentation and groundbreaking. And the Cure did that. The Cure did that too, man. The Cure fucking like evolved like that. You know? Dude, that shit is amazing. Amazing, dude. I think, I mean, I'm kind of partial to Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. I am. It's because I was doing a lot of acid, okay? And I used to listen to Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. Like Cockatoos. Oh my God, dude. Dude, you guys, that song, you listen to Like Cockatoos on, you know, like a handful of acid, and it is a religious experience. Let me just tell you. Dude, oh, to be 20 again. Oh shit, boss! Oh, Oh, don't touch my diaper. Fuck you, Trumpy. All right. All right, dude. You ready? It's dance party time, though. Let's get it. All right. Gotta stretch first, baby. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Dude, you guys ready or what? We ready for a little deja vu or what? Let's go. Oh, all right. Time to fucking shake those hips, baby. Time to work it all out. Dude, fuck you, Trumpy. You fucking piece of schmidt. You fucker. All right. Let's go. Let's get it. Oh! 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 Trumpy! Oh, I shit my diaper! Oh!
They have a lot to say, but I've known
was like spirited. Oh, shit. Oh. Whoa! Dude, you love me? I love you too, boss! Alright, I'm gonna go make some noise. Take care of your head. Don't doom too much. We're gonna survive this. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be radiant, baby! Good night!
I just wanna change the world. I just want the perfect girl. I don't wanna hang around, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. Change the world, but I'm not gonna wait my turn. I don't ever want to come down, I'd rather be found. It gets better, I wonder, my pleasure together. Everyone's waiting, anticipating. It's about you. I will never be